everyone, welcome to the next Fate stream. I'm Connor, with me on this is Blake.
Hey everyone.
Bob.
This is my final intro line.
And Yella.
I regret everything.
So yeah, we're getting into another Fate stream. We'll be starting with chapter 45 on this, but first, let's recap. You know, what happened last time, and what chapters did we skip to where we're starting this time? And hey, if you're watching this on the YouTube video, we're finally getting into the home stretch of the story, and I've finally figured out to type this stuff up beforehand. So
we are almost free.
So last time on Fate, part 11, we read chapters 39 and 40. In chapter 39, during the Grand Galloping Gala, Vanish attacks Ponyville. Clayton fights Vanish and kills him. Before Vanish dies, he explains that Night Shadow is taking over the human world and has also kidnapped Discord and Lucy. Then in chapter 40, Clayton explains what he heard from Vanish to the rest of the group. Dylan, Fluttershy, Max, and Twilight go to the human world to rescue Discord and Lucy. They do so and get those two back to Ponyville. Dylan also runs into Adam, his father, one of the bad guys, knocks Adam out and cuts off Adam's limbs and writes a message in blood.
Right.
But keeps him alive.
Yeah.
And then
what a totally normal, sane person would do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the chapters we skipped are 41 through 44. In chapter 41, Lucy and Discord are welcomed in Ponyville. Clayton shows Lucy around and explains basically what's happened to her. 42, all the parents of the main six come to Ponyville and meet the humans. Everyone likes each other, and there is no conflict. Dylan and Fluttershy's wedding will be the next day. Good planning. Chapter 43, Dylan and Fluttershy get married. They are now husband and wife.
Thank you, CKD.
CKD drew that beautiful picture. Thank you.
Really good.
And chapter 44, Clayton has a foursome with Rainbow Dash, Luna, and Princess Cadance.
By that we mean they went to a restaurant and had a meal each, four of them eating a meal.
Yeah, they were a foursome, as in a group of four people going out and having a good time.
Mm-hmm. A real good time.
Which CKD has opinions about, which if you dig in the Fate Talk channel, you might find them.
Right. Yeah, the 0.5s of the Riff, you know.
Yeah.
They're the guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're starting here with chapter 45. And yeah, there will be a bit of jumping around, but we do want to read the start of this chapter.
All right.
Yeah, so chapter 45, Black Haze's Little Game, aka The Challenge. Author's chapter notes, Yella.
Yeah. Okay, this chapter should be good, ellipsis period, I think.
I'm not
This
sure.
one and the other 6 will involve a creepypasta, so I will do each chapter involving each of the girls from the story. If you want to read to the story, just look up My Little Pony Theory on Google. Other than that, enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We will have everything you
that.
need, so I know you're confused, but let's just go.
Yeah, so Night Shadow was reading off... God. Night Shadow was reading one of his creepypasta stories quietly in the war room as he observed the monitor of the city.
How do you read quietly?
I mean, that's actually very easy.
Yeah. I got kicked out of the library for reading loudly.
He smiled to himself at how all of his hard work had paid off, and now he was the ruler of the city with the people as his puppets under his will. As he continued reading, he then heard the doors open in front of him.
So I'm just imagining, like, he's like a dictator of some kind. He's got total control, but he sits around reading creepypasta. Like, how embarrassing is that?
What a villain.
I mean, that's what... I mean, when you achieve that sort of control, it's like whenever you hear about whatever crazy thing happens in North Korea. When you have that much control,
yeah, it's
you
like
do whatever
Kim
you want.
Jong-un is reading creepypasta as he's going to bed. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Or what dictator was it who, like, brought all those rabbits over and then they died?
I don't remember.
Say that there's always something crazy happens when you have absolute power.
Yeah.
Right, so...
They're just like us. They're people.
Night Shadow.
Black Haze said as he stood at the end of the table. Night Shadow didn't look at him as he kept reading his story.
Bob, you were Night Shadow.
Right, okay. Yes, my friend.
he said.
Real quick, Blue Star Gal asks, is there no Google Doc? No, because there's no viewer voices,
Unfortunately. Yeah.
But and people are again posting their thoughts, but all it will be explained. I have some bad news to report to you.
Very well, report.
Very well.
The lack of comma there is great.
That's very well, report.
It's a very well report.
Sorry.
Black Haze sighed as he then had a serious look on his face.
You know what? I can't fuck with this.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Discord and Lucy are not in their cells.
Hearing this made Night
Are
Shadow
they in
poke
here cells, though?
here, there, and everywhere cells.
Ooh.
Hearing this made Night Shadow poke his head up at Black Haze.
Yeah, from behind the book from which he is reading the creepypasta.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I must have misheard you.
Oh dang! I was trying to find that great. I was trying to find a Seinfeld spit stain gif. You know, "Long live the king." Damn it! So Black Haze shook his head at him. Yeah, he said. Black Haze shook his head at him.
No, you didn't, my friend. I went to go get Discord for you so that you could drain the last of his power from him. But when I went into the room and walked over to the cell, they were gone.
He said. Night Shadow sighed as he started to get frustrated.
Ugh. I can't believe this. Will you send Adam to go find him and that human pest for me?
All about that.
He asked him. Black Haze walked over to him slowly.
That
Yeah,
is...
Don't spook the evil overlord.
Yeah.
Don't make any sudden movements.
That is another problem as well.
What?
What?
I went to go and get Adam to ask him about Discord and Lucy's disappearance, but I found him in his room. That's not the weird part.
Oh no, he's in his room.
But I found him in his room, his limbs nailed on the wall, and he was in a chair tied up. I quickly took care of him.
Rest in peace.
Sounds killed him. But I also saw something else as well in his room.
Black Haze finished. Night Shadow looked at him as he had anger in his eyes.
Oh no.
What? I'm trying to figure out how to punctuate.
What?
Like,
What?
okay.
Was it?
What? Was it?
He said as he gritted his teeth. Black Haze then calmly spoke to him.
I saw a message written in blood say, "Beware I live," signed your bastard son. Every time.
Yeah, it's either Bastard or Bastard every once in a while.
Bastard, yeah.
Night Shadow then started to calm down as he let Black Haze continue. You see, that makes him feel better.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay. There was revenge
it's
going
the son
on.
revenge. As long as it makes sense, I'm cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
whatever.
despise
you know?
chaos. That's why I have established absolute control for absolute order.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
Dylan is Adam's son, Night Shadow. Plot twist.
Oh.
I
Whoa.
believe that we just found out who could have been here under our noses.
What?
I love expressions like that. He said. Night Shadow then placed his hoof on his chin.
So the main six and their human friends were here. Interesting.
He said.
Well, maybe we should take care of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
no.
maybe-
You took care of Adam.
Maybe
Yeah.
fucking take care of your fucking mortal arch enemies or whatever.
Oh.
How
God.
do they not know? But also, like,
So in two instances so far, take care just means like,
treat
Yeah.
them well.
Yeah, I guess
exactly.
The bad guys have just done their whole thing without caring about the good guys, and the good guys have also been just doing their whole thing without caring about the bad guys.
It's
Until
really-
very recently.
Yeah, it's like they just have two not even opposed ideas of what should happen. They just have two unrelated ideas of what should happen. And now, only now are they starting to come into conflict.
Only now is it like, wait, actually, our goals are incompatible.
Yeah, it's a
somewhat.
mutually indifferent conflict.
Yeah.
Mutually indifferent conflict.
Black Haze then started to grin.
I think that I may have a very good idea on what to do.
Night Shadow looked at him.
I'm listening.
Blue Star guy, how are you going to say
God.
take care right after one another and have them have opposite meanings? No, they mean the same thing. Just like that. You remember the Drake song Take Care? That was about Rihanna assassinating Drake.
Right.
Yeah.
Really dark song when you think about it.
Okay.
So, he has a good idea. Black Haze then slowly walked to him as he smiled more.
Tell me, Night Shadow, have you ever heard of the creepypasta story called the My Little Pony Theory?
Ooh, how is this? This is such a bad.
Okay,
I forgot we were
then.
going.
What's gonna happen?
He asked him. Night Shadow knew what he was talking about as he nodded at him.
Of
Banger.
course he
Everyone's
did.
read
He
that.
was he's a fucking creepypasta connoisseur.
Most read story in the world.
Yeah.
Bible's got nothing on it.
I have, and I must say that although the story is good, I really don't like the ending. Bob is gonna kill it soon.
Is that an actual picture of Skeletor from a show? Like, did they really just put him in like a Playgirl?
Of course they
spread?
did.
Sure
It
they
was
did, yeah.
He-Man. It was He-Man. That show did shit like that because it was great.
Mhm.
Stupid, sexy Skeletor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm hot for
Okay,
him right
sorry.
now.
Yes, I agree. In the end, they get a happy ending. I can't stand happy endings. They're so worthless.
God damn.
Yes, they are. I did love on how all the girls died in the story. It warms the darkness of my heart so much to see some pony suffer. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck? Wow.
Really, just
This is-
edgelord bullshit.
Yeah.
I prefer mature concepts.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, do you have any anime?
anti-heroes.
I gotta watch something mature.
Protagonists who are also antagonists. Genocide.
Yeah.
I love how it just jumps to genocide. It's such a fucking. Anyway, sorry. Whew.
Here, I just had to find the.
Locke knows what I'm saying.
There
Locke
you go.
knows what I'm
There's
talking
what
about.
we're all looking for. Looking for some new anime. I gotta watch something mature.
Shit, that one's also very good.
Yeah. So the My Little Pony theory.
So much to see some pony suffer.
Yeah, the two then laughed as Black Haze then calmed himself down as he then placed his hoof on Night Shadow's shoulder.
They really think that's funny. They think
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
They're just having a grand old time.
Well then, how about I make that story become a reality for them?
You can
Black
do
Haze
that?
I say,
Apparently.
you're like secretly the most powerful.
Yeah.
Secretly also a god.
Yeah, they just have a sidekick who's a reality warper. Like,
Black
what?
Haze has done basically nothing all story, but yes, he does have incredible magic powers, actually.
Finally, he's going to do a thing.
Fabulous
Okay.
secret powers were revealed to him.
Yeah.
In chapter
Alright.
45.
The Black Haze said, Night Shadow then started to have dark thoughts play into his head as
Oh,
Black
jeez.
Haze then told him about his plan.
Oh no, Night Shadow's depressed.
Oh.
He's
Okay.
having dark thoughts.
And so, I guess for context for anyone who doesn't know the story they're referencing, or for anyone watching this on YouTube later, I think we should cover the actual creepypasta real quickly, or at least read it, just so everybody
It's up to
remembers what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so the next 6 chapters are just him fleshing out this creepypasta.
Right.
All right. It's literally just him fleshing out the creepypasta. and they're very long, and lots of funny stuff happens in there, but I mean, they're like super long.
Right.
And
yeah. And so basically, 45, Black Haze sets this thing up, teleports all the humans and the main six away into like this virtual world, like that virtual world from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. And basically, this creepypasta happens, and all six of the humans are tasked with interfering and saving the girls from their fates. The girls are like
they have to
brainwashed.
change the
from
ending.
their... Did you...
Yeah.
From their what?
From their fates.
That's why it's called Fate.
That's why it's called Fate.
Finally, we understand the title.
What does it stand for?
There's a couple other things to mention, but again, I think we should just read this first. And yeah, like Blake mentioned, so yeah, the next like 6 chapters is each of the 6 humans, doing their challenge. Each one is incredible, but like Blake mentioned, each one is so long that they have to be like their own streams. And also, as you'll see from the creepypasta, each one also deals with some, sensitive topics or situations.
Yeah, and as we know from previous chapters, QB Gear deals with sensitive topics with all the sensitivity of like a 70s exploitation director.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's a little much for YouTube.
Right.
Too hot for YouTube. But we will give you the encapsulation that is the creepypasta. Let's read it. Let's go. Creepypasta voice. Unless someone else wants to read it.
I can
No,
read
no,
it. I can read things. I have a voice.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I have it up right here. My Little Pony theory. You all have probably know about the new generation of My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. It
I'm
has
sure it should be a colon, but okay.
It has, for one reason or another, become an overnight sensation. Whether or not you like the show yourself, you have to admit that its success is impressive. However, it raises a question. Lauren Faust has worked on other popular shows and has been working on her own line of toys, the Galaxy Girls. How did she wind up creating the remake of some 80s toy commercial instead of working on her own show ideas? It's almost like that's kind of it's almost like she was hired by the actual,
the
That's
owners
sure
of
fucking
the property.
sweet, Brock Butler. That's the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen.
Almost like repeating existing properties is more popular than original
making
content.
a new thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Jim was such a successful movie.
It could be that she's just nostalgic about her childhood MLP toys or something. But even
Or
then,
money. She's nostalgic about making money.
Yeah.
but even then, what artist wouldn't rather work on their own ideas?
I'm sure
generally,
she would rather work on her own ideas. That's why
At
she
the
put
same-
her ideas into the show.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, usually, like, if you get hired to write, like, for a property or something, you can put your own ideas in there. That's what they hire you for.
I mean, you know what? If the people hiring her only wanted her to regurgitate their ideas, they would have hired a copy machine.
Yeah,
not a person.
exactly. I read this news story a few years ago. It was
Okay,
about
so-
6 girls who all went to the same school and died on the same day, January 18th, 1989. A friend of mine from NC sent me the article from a small local newspaper. I forgot about it until I was watching a few episodes of MLP and realized the main characters are surprisingly similar to the girls who died. I decided to look for that article again. The paper had either gotten shut down or I had misremembered the name, so I tried tracking down my old World of Warcraft buddy and asked him for the article.
Most reliable news source, yeah. They're the ones who are closest.
Randos on WoW. Turned out he happened to have the file saved to his computer, and I was right. There's a definite connection here.
Yeah, I always like when newspapers distribute their stories as dot text,
Good old dot text.
Knowing how this creepypasta goes, it blows my mind that this guy was able to just watch a couple episodes of My Little Pony and go, wait a minute. that reminds me of something.
I mean, I dare anybody here. Remember, even you, Blake, remember a particular news story you read from a couple of years ago?
Well, it's funny
Just
because,
any of them.
well, I mean, to be fair, right before this recording, I sent a news story I had read years ago to Connor. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we were specifically
Was it a-
talking about something like that. It's not like Blake watched something and was like, wait, this has the same amount of people as that one news story from forever ago.
Yeah, I guess it's just been on his mind since then.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get to it. The first girl, named Samantha Gales, was obviously the inspiration for Fluttershy.
Let's see how obvious this is.
Actually, sorry, I want
Shy.
to pause real quick. Again, I'm sorry to interrupt. Not Quite does make a really good point. Like, if you want to write shitty creepypastas, go ahead, but please don't write something where you basically allege a real person of basically writing fan fiction about dead people.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as we know, people are dumb enough to believe that creepypastas are real. So there's going to be like 12-year-olds read this and they're like, I can't believe Lauren Faust would do that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's also just like rude. Even if people don't believe it, it's still a rude thing to do.
Yeah.
Kind of messed up, honestly, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, you guys remember that time Blake killed a dog? No, it's a creepypasta, guys. It's a creepypasta.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That was
just a
good
creepypasta.
Don't worry about it.
And yes, this will be very generic, but also wasn't it written pretty early on,
That's true, yeah.
2012 or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah,
One
so
of
like
the pioneers.
as shitty as the story is, it also kind of paved the way for all the other shitty stories.
Yeah, it's kind of
When
like,
this-
Jeff the Killer and all that, where it is shittily written, but it was first or very early.
It was early
Guys,
enough that
when
people
this
were
story-
interested.
All right.
When this story was posted, Froggy Fresh was still Krispy Kreme.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a cultural reference I do not understand. A shy, introverted girl. What her classmates didn't know was that she was constantly abused at home by her mother and stepfather.
Of
Her mother-
course.
Her mother conceived her at age 15, and she blamed poor Samantha for ruining her life.
I
This
mean,
made some-
Mom, you conceived her on your own at age 15? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty magical. This made Samantha self-conscious.
Oh.
Wow. Is that
Or
all
no,
that it
is
did?
self-conscious.
Yeah. Is that all that it did?
Yeah, it's still a little self-conscious.
Just a little self-conscious. When her stepfather moved in, this made the neglect worsen. Her stepfather never liked having to take care of Samantha when her mother was away, so he would lock her in the basement and leave her, sometimes for a whole day. Her mother tolerated this and, as she grew, would hit Samantha for talking out of turn.
She's 15. She doesn't have much more growing to go before she's just an
How-
adult and can move out.
Also, like, how did all this end up in the newspaper article?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, you got a full biography of each girl, and, like, you got private details that probably shouldn't be shared in the newspaper?
And that the people involved would probably try to bury because it makes them look bad.
Yeah.
It was
What?
Yeah.
Everyone was just felt like confessing.
not only a front page article, but like that whole day's newspaper was about them. Like each
Boy, howdy,
page
do we have a hell of
was
a
an
story.
entire story of each
It just
one.
took multiple, like, giant-ass newspaper pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
The reporters are bad.
Where was I? Right here.
When her half
She
sister.
grew for talking to yeah. When her half sister was when her half sister was born, the abuse became considerably worse. She would be starved, forced to sleep outside, and sometimes outright beaten. Because she dressed in shabby clothes and had low self-esteem, she was often picked on by other kids at school. Her only friends were animals she would rescue, which her family would make her get rid of. She committed suicide by overdosing on Valium.
I'm glad it's not worse, but it's you can always tell when an author is like writing at the edge of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because that's really not the worst abuse that could happen. I mean, like, they didn't
It's
even like kill
horrible.
the animals. They just They just donate them to like the
It's weird.
ASPCA.
You say her only friends were the animals she'd rescue. Her family make her get rid of. Like that's the worst thing ever. But like the truth of the matter is, even if they were totally nice parents, they probably would still do that.
Yeah, you can't
Because
keep a
like you
raccoon
can't just
around.
take care of wilderness animals.
Yeah.
We can't have deer and raccoons around. We're not. You're not Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah.
We're not an animal rescue. We're
It's
a
just
house.
such a weird. It's such a weird detail, like to sandwich between vicious abuse and overdosing on Valium. You just said like, oh, sometimes they didn't let her keep like the random stray dog she found. Like,
It just occurred to me that actually, you could tie the ponies pretty easily to U.S. presidents because Calvin Coolidge pretty much was Fluttershy. Really quiet and shy, didn't talk much, had a bajillion animals at the White House, including a bunch of
Damn.
wild ones.
So
Think
yeah,
about
did you
that.
know there was a notoriously Calvin Coolidge was very quiet, and so at a dinner party, it said that a woman said, I bet you I can get him to say more than 2 words, and they said you're on, and so she goes up to Calvin Coolidge and says, I bet my friend that I could get you to say more than 2 words, and he says, fuck you.
damn. An OG.
Damn. Damn, exactly,
Yeah.
too. We're all Fluttershy,
So
is what we're
that's
saying.
Fluttershy's thing.
Mhm. The second, named Janice Walters, was always one of the popular girls. She was rich, smart, beautiful, and seemed to live the charmed life. However, her parents argued constantly and were really only together for appearances. She was held up to a high standard, which made her a perfectionist. She wanted to be a designer and live in Paris, but her parents wanted her to remain in Carolina and marry a proper man, one of good breeding and high income.
Won't find those in Paris.
I'm confused. Held up to the high standard of staying at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you must carry on the not the Carolina tradition, not the North or South, the both.
Yeah.
This is before they
Generally
split.
Carolina. Yeah, this is before the split.
Yeah. When her parents divorced, they each took half of the state of Carolina, and that's how we got North and South Carolina.
Oh my god.
That's how influential they were.
Damn. I mean, that
You
was.
just learned a little bit of U.S. history.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who said we were an educational channel?
yeah.
I do. I say we're not an educational channel. For the most part, her parents ignored her. Her parents' only concern was appearing rich and of high social standing, but in reality, her mother married her father because of money, and since he had accumulated so much debt, they had been losing money fast.
That's how money works.
This is what got her interested in fashion initially,
Eh?
since she started making her own fashionable clothes to maintain the appearance of wealth.
Oh, yes, I guess so.
She died in a car crash when her mother and father got into another argument over money while he was driving. Her neck was snapped on impact and she died instantly. She was clearly the inspiration for Rarity.
Obviously.
Then
Yeah.
there was Alexandra Matthews. Alex was a competitive girl. She always sought to be the best at the best,
Mm.
especially at sports.
The best, the best, the best, the best.
Track in particular. Her father always wanted a boy, and since her mother was declared incapable of having another child, he decided to
What?
raise her as if she was his son.
Sorry, it wasn't that she's actually incapable. It's that she was declared incapable.
incapable.
Like a doctor looked at her and just said, "Nope, no
Nah.
more for you."
Nope,
You've
not
hit your
not
limit.
allowed. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, the medical system in this country is fucked up.
In the end, though, she loved her mother and father and was more than happy to play sports with her father. She excelled at them even.
Go figure.
Great.
Wow,
Practice does
This-
make perfect. Who knew?
what a
Yeah,
tragic
no.
story.
What a tragic story. She tried at stuff and succeeded. Yeah. This made her popular, and by the time she was in high school, was being sought out by athletic scouts from colleges all over the country.
Whoa.
The scouts
This-
themselves are athletic.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen
great,
those
dude.
scouts, dude? Whoa. This made her try even harder. She'd always wanted to compete in the Olympics. However, when she was 15, her mother, who had been told she could never have another child, had a son.
No. Oh.
Just magically a child. After
Yeah,
that,
I mean, that's what happens when doctors just tell you can't have kids anymore. Like, did they test? Did they find out?
yeah. After that, her parents didn't pay very much attention to her, which made her more determined to succeed. She
Cool.
ended up pushing herself so hard at track, she neglected her friends, her grades, and even her personal health.
No.
At one point, she became so desperate she started taking steroids. What her and her family didn't know was that she had a minor heart condition that the steroids worsened. Since she was pushing herself so hard physically as well, she ended up collapsing during a match due to a heart complication. She died in the hospital a few days later. In the show, Rainbow Dash seems the most similar.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're trying to fit it, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Rainbow
Sporty.
Dash always taking that weed or whatever.
Literally,
You know?
I mean, this is literally just a case of sporty, therefore Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
That's Rainbow Dash's only trait. She does sports or whatever.
If any of these girls are gluttonous, I'm gonna say they're actually Theodore.
Damn.
Oh, I see.
Damn.
The My Little Pony Alvin and the Chipmunks theory.
Uh-huh.
We're the Chipmunks.
And we call them the main 9.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh my god.
Alongside the
Oh,
6
shit.
girls, there were also 3 guys that
Three?
died.
yeah.
One of them always wanted to be cool, and his dad would yell at him a lot. His name was Alvin Jeffers. I don't know, everybody...
Yeah.
Do you notice how the last names in this are like the most like waspy names possible?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, they didn't even try. Gales, Walters, Matthews, Sanders.
yeah, oh, spoiler. Spoiler. I'm not there
Oh,
yet.
no.
But here we go. The girl most similar to Applejack, Jamie Sanders, was a farm girl. See, farm girl there for Applejack. Just like
Only
the
one.
character based off of her. You know, as if, you know, you can only base farmers on whatever.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
only all farmers are identical.
There's only one farmer in reality.
Yeah.
What the show didn't include was that her farm was run down and her family always struggling with money. Not for money. With
Reading the
money.
previous 3 paragraphs, the show didn't include basically anything about the actual lives. They just took, like, the humans, girls,
a single
archetype.
character trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you didn't need to base it on an actual human being, and certainly not on someone who died.
I mean, it's so
Yeah.
vague, the connection, that like you could tie us to the ponies if you really
Yeah.
tried
Yeah.
hard enough.
I okay. Also, like, what would be the point of Lauren Faust picking 6 people who died? Like, why couldn't she just base it on 6 people who lived?
Or just,
Right?
or
Like,
like you
I
said,
can
just don't
almost
base it on a
guarantee-
person.
Yeah, if Lauren Faust was
thing,
inspired by
too.
any particular person, yes, I am Babs Seed. If Lauren Faust based each of the characters on any particular person, she could easily have done so based on people in real life that she actually knows.
See, here's
Right?
the
You'd
thing.
be
If
like,
you,
I've got a sporty friend who I modeled a Rainbow Dash after. Is that spooky? No. And yes, that is the one farmer.
no, if you were to like,
You
if you
found
were
the
to,
one farmer.
remember Tom Arto?
Yeah, Tom Arto, yeah.
Yeah. No, if you actually look at the end credits for My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, it says any resemblance to living entities, to any entities living or dead, is entirely intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We absolutely based it on real people. and
Totally
nobody
wanted
cared.
If you're a real fan, you know the ones.
Yeah. Nerd.
You can name them by name and birth date, I guess, and all of these other personal details that you shouldn't know. Ugh. She
Yeah.
oftentimes worked odd jobs under the table to try and help to support her family.
She didn't get paid under the table. She worked under the
Yeah,
table.
work under the table. What?
I mean,
Yeah, there are lots
That makes
Lots
it
of
sound
young
like she
people-
was working jobs.
Yeah, no, lots of young people work jobs like cleaning and fast food and stuff. While a lot of them were cleaning the tops of the table, she was cleaning the underside of the tables.
Scraping the gum off.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. The worst job. She had many brothers and sisters, and she was the second, which meant it was up to her and her brother to take care of the youngins.
Thanks.
Not the youngins,
patronizing
the
author.
youngins.
Yeah.
I also love that it's the youngins. It's good. This meant she didn't have enough time to hang out with friends or take any extracurricular activities, or even do her homework on most nights. She had an aunt whom her family from Manhattan was based off.
What?
Based off.
Based off.
Sorry.
Who kept offering to send money to support her mother and father, but they were proud and always refused. That is until her father died from a heart attack in 1987. Not
they were
of,
very-
from.
Yeah, they were very proud. That's why they were also they also influenced the show The Proud Family.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great show, by the way.
Her mother followed shortly after, having killed herself when she couldn't handle the pressure of taking care of all the children.
Wow.
They were taken in by their then senile grandma, who was incapable of truly taking care of them. This time it is the
All in
taking
for this
care of,
story.
as in, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie herself oftentimes helped out with other families' yard work to keep her family afloat. She died when she fell into a wood chipper.
What?
So the entire backstory almost had nothing to do with her.
She just had a tragic accident. You could have just said that.
Oh.
Like the wood chipper stuff isn't like, at least with the car accident, that was related to the parents always arguing and shit.
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
hell? This story. The moral of this story is like God hates her.
Yeah, no, clearly.
Like
I
the universe
just
has
love-
conspired to make her life utterly shit.
And then
Yeah.
just kills her like
This
that.
is like this would be like if I said, "Oh, have you ever played the game Paperboy?" Well, it's based off of this one chemist who ran a paper route who blew up in a nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like that's the only connection is he had a side job doing delivering papers. Holy shit. I love that there are no details on that too. It's just like she just fell into a wood chipper. Like,
Yeah, like
no,
what? Like
no,
did they
nothing
think
of
they were,
like what she was doing or anything.
like
She just
how
fell
many
into
people
it.
here have actually been near a wood chipper?
I've actually fallen into a wood chipper.
Oh, really? Okay, never mind. I guess my example's bad.
Wait, did you say I've or have?
Have.
No, Blake.
Oh, he has. He has. Yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
He fell in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he's better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily the paramedics were on scene. They had glue.
We
It's
put all the
fine.
pieces back
Glue?
together.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was lots of work.
That's true. I'm sure. Yeah.
Mhm,
Were you there?
mhm. Yeah, actually, I was
Okay,
right.
great.
I was watching and I was cheering the paramedics on. Like, yeah, you can do it. Put him
That's
back
what
together.
paramedics need. That's really what they need more of.
They need
Cheering,
cheerleaders.
encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got this.
Hey,
You got this. You can do it.
Hey, I will say,
Hell yeah.
you might not believe it, but Yella can really pull off that cheerleader outfit.
I'm very
believe
good
it.
also with the pom poms.
Oh yeah.
I got the moves. Pinkie Pie's inspiration probably has the saddest story.
Okay.
Catherine Jackson was a foster child and moved from home to home. Her birth father killed her mother and himself in a fit of rage when she was 5, and
I'm
she
so
could
bad.
never
I'm gonna
quite
kill
settle in,
myself.
and she could never quite settle into a good home. Some of the
Fucking gamer
foster fam,
rage.
Yeah.
some of the sorry, serious voice. Come on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
come on.
Seriously.
Yeah, we got you.
Some of the foster families who would take her in were merely interested in the financial support adopting a child would bring
What?
and would refuse to feed or clothe
It's
her.
expensive
Even
to
when she
adopt.
was in a nice
Yeah.
home with a good family, the old memories still haunted her, breaking her fragile sanity into a million pieces. She would have nightmares of her mother screaming and bleeding, and her father screaming for her, claiming to be after her next.
It's
By the
appropriate they
time she
said her
was
sanity broke into a million pieces because this is as legitimate as a million little pieces.
Mm.
The million little pieces of Blake that came out of the wood
The
chipper
wood
and had to
chipper,
be
yeah.
put back together. She would have. Oh, sorry, already. Yeah, next sentence. By the time she was in high school, she completely snapped. She started to hallucinate and act out in class. Many of the other kids and even teachers assumed she was merely hyperactive and was trying to be funny.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what it
I
is.
think people generally can tell the difference, but okay.
No, they're real stupid.
Based on all the
She-
other shit, this apparently happened like last century. So maybe
Yeah.
because I can't see like any of this working in like what was it 1990 or whatever.
Yeah,
89.
89.
Like people are smart enough about mental health to not just go like, "Oh, you're being fucking crazy. You're just hyperactive and trying to be a class clown."
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
like if
Sorry,
anything, the
that's
problem
small
with
potatoes.
I mean, if anything, the way that people were treated for mental illness back in '89 would have been too harsh, right? Not like just like live and let live. Like,
Oh, it's just a big old goof.
yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She would oftentimes paint, draw, and write about fantastical things, and dressed in over the top clothing. All the while, her condition was getting worse and worse. The voices and images becoming more realistic and more demanding. She died when she jumped off a building, one of
Oh,
the voices having told her she could fly. What makes
great.
the last fact even more chilling is that Lauren originally designed Pinkie Pie to be a Pegasus, as seen in her early development sketches.
So the
And now,
characters did exist before she heard about this news story.
well, I mean,
No,
to
no,
be fair,
no.
like these characters,
I
a
guess
lot,
that's true. The characters do go further back.
like Rainbow Dash used to be Rarity in like the original show. She was like rich and posh and liked clothing and fashion.
Okay.
So actually,
Huh.
this makes even less sense because the characters as properties existed in the previous generations. Lauren Faust just
Right.
moved them around, but
Just change their
Just
personality.
archetypes-
reimagined them.
the
Because
archetypes
she was
are what they have
she was
been.
asked
Yeah.
She was
And
asked
also,
to
like-
make a reboot of a thing, so she reimagined the thing that already existed.
But like OG's Pinkie Pie, yeah, was not a Pegasus.
Well, no, it was a Pegasus.
No, look,
Or-
CKD just posted a picture. Wasn't the
Oh.
Pegasus.
But well, Blue Star Gal says just above. I don't.
Well,
I don't,
was a Pegasus.
I don't know the 80s.
Oh,
stuff.
I see.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Okay.
don't know either.
I don't
Whatever.
know.
Either
Whatever.
way,
Yeah, moving on.
Either.
Okay, never mind.
moving on. We have one more girl.
Yeah, we've heard about
To-
the
to learn
saddest, most
about.
disturbing story, and
So let's
rather than
have
saving that
one
for
more.
last, we'll
Let's
have
take
more.
one that isn't the saddest and finish off with that.
Yeah, don't want to end on a downer.
Mhm. I mean, to be fair, they're all downers. They're all tragic stories.
Ah,
Moving.
Okay. The last Twilight Sparkle's inspiration was an A student, not an A grade, just an A
Yeah.
student,
uh-huh.
by the name of Cynthia Little. She was held
No.
up to a high standard from a young
No.
age. Her older brother was always getting awards for academic and athletic achievement, and she was held up to the same high standard.
Was her older
She
brother
ended-
Stuart Little? Is he fucking
Damn.
killing it in school?
She ended up neglecting other facets of her life in order to make sure she got the best grades. For a while, this worked. Her parents were proud of her accomplishments and bragged to their friends about having not just one genius child, but two.
Yeah.
That is, until a local private academy for the gifted started to become interested in her among several other advanced students. She knew that this would be the best opportunity she could have to prove herself as the perfect child.
Mm-hmm.
But the pressure was high. She knew that there were limited spots for new students, and she knew that there would be a test and an essay required to get in.
No,
So
not a test.
she became a little desperate. She studied to the point where she would hardly eat and never sleep. As the test closed in, she panicked and she opted to find an essay to copy, and during the test resorted to cheating. When she was caught, her parents were horrified. She sank into a deep depression and eventually hung herself to save herself the shame of being an imperfect daughter.
Hung yourself? They said you was hung, and they was right.
Oh,
What the fuck?
I don't
To
know.
save herself.
That's
The
shame.
shame. You might be wondering now why Lauren Faust would be inspired to make a sweet children's show inspired by such depressing events.
She didn't, because
You might almost say that that's just bullshit.
Yeah, you might say it's actually really stupid.
You might say it's actually the other way around. People love to make dark, sad, depressing shit about sweet,
Nice,
normal
wholesome stuff. Yeah.
Huh, you might say that.
You might say that. Perhaps she felt some odd need to give the girls closure. That's not how you do that. Or perhaps to tell their stories in any way she could. So you mean not at all? She
Yeah.
didn't. Think about it.
On unironic
asking things.
conspiracy theory, think about it.
Oh, dude, here comes the conspiracy, though. Even more of it, I
Uh-huh.
guess. We're already in a conspiracy, but because in one episode named The Cutie Mark Chronicles, each pony describes of how they each earned one's cutie marks. That is an awful
Good.
That was rough,
sentence.
yeah.
Holy fuck.
That was rough.
That was a fucked sentence. Holy shit. Rainbow Dash, who was able to make a sonic rain boom on the same day for all girls to see and to
Yeah.
make them be able to earn their cutie marks, clearly makes you tend to wonder about each girl's death in real life on the same day. Well, what?
You said words, but I didn't
What?
understand that at all.
That was a
Okay.
real.
What?
I feel
Sorry.
like it felt like they were trying to do something like they had some crazy idea and they thought they got a running start to get that idea across to us and really did not. Like I did not follow what was happening in that sentence.
Okay.
Each pony
Sorry.
described. Okay, think about it, guys. Rainbow Dash did a sonic rain boom. Okay,
Okay.
and all the other girls saw that, and that made them earn their cutie marks. And so
Or
clearly,
gave them the ability to do it.
clearly, that you have to think now about each girl's death in real life on the same day.
You have to. You hear about these accomplishments, which only makes you think about people dying.
Yeah, because well, it's like my theory that once you achieve your life's goal, you know, there's nothing left
Oh,
for you.
right. there's nothing right.
Okay. Actually, I see what they're getting at. Because in the
Okay.
show, the main six all earned their cutie marks on the same day. And in real life, I think it was mentioned all six of these girls died on the same day.
And of course, earning
That's
your cutie
the
mark
link.
is slang for dying. So yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mhm.
That's not. But that.
That's such
Why?
a weird ass connection to make, especially because the main six know each other. They're friends.
Yeah.
These people were complete strangers to one another. It sounds like.
Well, they were strangers on that episode of the show, but they all saw the rain boom. So maybe it's they all knew each other in heaven.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
I
know,
forgot
holy
from this creepypasta that the six human versions in this creepypasta had nothing in common with each other. Like, it's not that six girls all die that went to the same school and died in the same thing. It was literally just like six girls in this area all died on the same day. Let's
Six
run an entire
unrelated
newspaper
people.
about them.
Yeah.
You know, Connor and I were
Weird.
workshopping before this a conspiracy that I came up with called the Bowl Earth, where the Earth is a big bowl. And all the
Yeah,
rivers run
okay.
towards the ocean in the
Mm.
middle. That's why the rivers
see.
run.
Oh, I like that.
And that's why the ice cap,
Okay.
quote unquote cap,
Yeah.
is made of water.
Yeah, exactly. And
Okay,
I think that might make more sense than this.
Right. Okay, let's finish this out.
Yeah, let's finish this up. And in the show, Fluttershy is able to take care of the animal she adores. Rarity is a successful designer with loving parents. Rainbow Dash is in fact a great athlete. Applejack has a successful farm.
Cool.
Pinkie Pie is happy without a care in the world.
Yeah, imagine that, a happy character.
Damn. Crazy. And Twilight Sparkle was accepted into an exclusive school. Maybe, just maybe, she wanted to give the spirits of these girls what the always wanted.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're ending on a beautiful what the always wanted.
Yeah.
That's just perfection.
That really, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that really touched my heart. That was a really
Right.
beautiful story.
Okay.
So the categories for this creepypasta are Death, People, MLP, Pinkie Pie / Pinkamena, Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, and Rarity.
Right, the characters.
I like
of the
that one
show.
of them is People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right, again, that was for context because in this major arc of Fate, again, Black Haze creates like a virtual world where this creepypasta happens, and the boys all get teleported in and have to save the human girl counterparts. And again, wild stuff happens, but we're skipping through.
But doesn't that imply that in like metatextually, doesn't that mean that in order to save the girls in this thing, you're suggesting that they shouldn't have died and become ponies at all?
Black Haze is just
I know
likes
it's
this
just a
creepypasta.
simulation. I know it's just a simulation, but I'm saying metatextually, like thematically, isn't that suggesting that the good guys should be going in and preventing them from becoming horses at all?
No, I don't.
No, you
I
don't.
don't know.
Okay, maybe I'm not explaining
Gotta go.
myself well.
Well, at the beginning of the simulation, I do want to highlight one crazy thing. Dylan warps in, and he has quite a bit of money in his pocket. He has $40,000 in his pocket, a little over
In his-
40,000.
Jesus.
But it's made up of dollar coins.
Right.
Woo!
Again, these chapters are insane. Like, not only,
Insane.
like, sure,
How heavy is a
CKD
dollar
hold-
coin?
Hold on.
I already did the math.
Hold on.
8.1 grams for a
Okay.
freshly minted Susan B. Anthony coin, which is specifically what he has. Susan B. Anthony dollar coins. It says that's 324 kilos or
What
713
the fuck?
pounds.
In his pocket?
In his pocket.
Yes,
Walking around
so-
like a D&D character.
Okay. So, yes, each of these... Just tell me when I can go.
Go ahead.
So each of these chapters is insane, and sure, CKD will read them and maybe make excerpts, but I think everyone should read them as well. Just again, each one is so long that it will take, like, genuinely months for us to read all of them if we stream.
It'd be like a
And-
stream a chapter.
Yeah, and also, again, deals with sensitive subjects, but they're absolutely wild. Like, literally, I'm showing on screen Dylan's challenge, aka the first one, starts out with him having $40,000 in Susan B. Anthony coins. Like, there's so many insane things where it's like, author, what are you doing?
Yeah, where do you think you're going with this?
So yeah, again, so 47 through 51 are those chapters, and yeah, basically in each one, the human sees like basically the creepypasta happening, sees the human pony in that same situation and has to just stop them from dying. But 46, 47, 48 go on just normally. 49, Sam's challenge. I do want to mention something at the start because this is inexplicably where a new character shows up that the boys just know. And that character is named Blade.
Fucking Blade.
It's our boy.
That's right. So Blade, I don't know if QB Gear was asking for OCs or something, but there's a character, Blade, who's just in here as well, and he helps the last three. Like, he helps Sam and Jack and Max. And that's actually the reason why we stopped reading Blade's crossover way back in the day, because after the chapters we read, the next chapters in the story are just chapters 49 through 52 of Fate, but the Blades crossover guy just copied them and pasted them in.
Yeah, the guy, Blade, who wrote, the guy who wrote Blade's crossover, like, he was really obnoxious in their reviews, like, kind of just begging to be in the story. But I guess in the end, he got what he wanted.
Weird.
Which is it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, so
Holy shit.
I mean, I
Like-
would never beg to be in a story unless Staps came back to write another story. In which
I mean-
case I would mortgage the house.
right.
Can we all just like really enjoy the gravitational waves coming off the idea of these two brainlets connecting in this way? You know, like just like one person writing a horrendous story contacts another person writing a horrendous story, and it was like two black holes colliding, but we didn't even hear about it because it was so unimportant in the grand scheme of the universe, you know?
Right.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
incredible.
Riff, which is going to be preserved throughout the cosmos.
Oh yeah.
I
So-
just love that we finally have the fucking payoff of here's why we never did the last bit
Yeah,
for
right.
Blade's crossover. Here you go, guys. Here
Right.
it is.
yes,
Uh-huh.
that's why we stopped reading that, because it literally wasn't that story afterwards. And also,
Yeah.
that's how we learned about Fate, and we're just like, oh my god.
This
We're-
is so much a bigger fish.
Yeah, but like, for example, real quickly, I'm showing you the start of chapter 50, Jack's challenge. Like, literally, Jack is just thinking about, like, oh man, I wonder where, Pinkie Pie is or whatever, and Blade just shows up and starts talking to him, and it's like they just know each other. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
literally,
Which
that's it.
has to which I
Amazing.
imagine if you just read this normally is really fucking jarring. All of a sudden there's this Blade character, and you're like, who the fuck is this?
We got the best possible introduction.
Right.
Yeah, because we learned about Blade first, so we know who the fuck he is.
So, okay. Now to get back to what we're actually going to be covering for the stream, we're going to be reading chapter 52. But actually, I think we should start at the very end of 51 to lead into that. 51 is
Alright.
the last challenge. Like, the challenges go in the same order as that creepypasta. So this was Max trying to save a human Twilight. Who cheated on a test and is gonna try and hang herself because of the shame. So,
Sometimes I wish I could save you.
so I'm showing end of chapter 51, starting with 1 hour had passed. If we want to start there, Blake.
Yeah, give me a second. There we go. So 1 hour had passed. We're starting right from there, right?
Yes.
1 hour had passed since the boys looked to find her, and they had no such luck. Max ran down the stairs, and he ended up back in the center of the hallway.
Huh?
Sorry.
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 Damn it. No sign of her.
He thought, as he then walked to the front door. As he then placed his hand on the door, he then glanced over at one of the abandoned rooms to see a shadow swinging back and forth.
Huh? What the hell is that?
He said. Max then walked over to see what it was. Max then walked over to see what it was as he opened the door slowly. As Max poked his head into the room, he was then horrified to see what was in front of him. He saw Cynthia hanging by the neck by a wire cord.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Cynthia!
Cynthia! Max
Jesus died for us! Cynthia!
Cynthia's.
Oh no.
That never stops being funny.
I'm just thinking if you've listened to the Antlers, just Cynthia, keep your head out of the oven. Because it's originally Sylvia. It's a song about Sylvia.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I thought it was about Squidward when he puts his head in the oven.
And they're at the school. That's why Max is run through hallways and such.
Yeah. Max yelled as he ran over to her, as he grabbed something sharp, as he then cut her down and held her in his arms.
As
that.
Welcome,
word of the
welcome back to QB Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max then took the cord from her neck as he held her close to his face as he cried. Blade heard him as he then ran into the room.
Blade.
Oh,
Fucking
Blade's
Blade.
back.
Blake, do you want to do your Blade voice? It was
Reprise Blade.
What was the Blade voice, guys?
It was just kind of like this. Like
You based
just
them on one of the
Transformers.
Transformers.
like
Oh, yeah.
hey guys,
Emotionless
I'm Blade,
robot.
but also kind of pathetic
He
sounding.
talked like Soundwave.
There it is. Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
Soundwave. Yes. What's wrong? He said. Max held on to Cynthia tightly as he kept crying more and more.
Blade.
Ben. Max said, still crying.
She took her own life.
Shit.
That's the Blade. Oh.
The voice really makes it.
Yeah.
You
The voice really
asshole.
makes it.
Shit.
Well, gosh darn it.
Shit.
Yeah, imagine this guy just tagging along the previous 3 chapters. Like, it's wonderful.
We're the best of friends, Blade. Can't you say something else? Anything else? Shit.
What a shame.
Fucking Blade leaned down next to him as Max held onto his pride and joy.
That makes it sound
What?
like he owned her.
Like,
Yeah, or like was her dad or something?
yeah, that's usually something you say about your kid. Max's tears fell into her face.
This isn't how it had to end.
He said,
This isn't how had to
Yeah.
end.
Uh-huh.
He said.
This isn't how it should have ended.
"Are you trying to find a picture?"
No, it's just funny
Okay,
to me.
sorry.
He then looked down at her.
Thea, please don't be gone. I need you. I love you. I don't care if you're perfect or imperfect. I love you for you. You just can't be gone. You can't be.
I love you and I miss you. Like literally. As Max placed his hand on her cheek and leaned his head down to her next to hers, there was a faint whisper.
Max, do you really mean that? Stupid question.
Max then shot his head up.
Oh.
Cynthia?
He said as he wiped his tears. He wiped his tears.
Yeah.
Cleaned them
Yeah, he's
off.
making them nice and clean.
Yeah, at least he didn't whip them.
Yeah.
Cynthia then placed her hands onto his face. As a smile came to her face, the two then kissed as Blade smiled at them.
And then, okay.
Fucking Blade.
How sweet.
A voice said.
You managed to save her from death.
How?
Although, he cut her down before she fully suffocated.
I
don't know.
guess, yeah.
Sometimes hanging, like, breaks your neck immediately and you die in media, and sometimes you just choke, and someone can cut you
Yeah.
down. Small potatoes. So, you managed to save her from death, although I would have wanted her to see her die slowly.
Oh, is that why you tried to kill her? Because you wanted to see her die? I never would have guessed. Blade then
Damn.
slowly turned his head around. Wait a minute. I know that voice.
Wait, so they can hear him?
Yes, Black
He's
Haze.
talking.
Black Haze a couple times just straight up just shows up and like taunts the heroes.
Yeah, because he completed the mission.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
They completed the challenge. Mission complete. You get an A
Yeah.
grade on this one, Chief.
Level up. So yeah, Blade then slowly turned his head around. He said as he then slowly stood up and looked to see a man wearing a zebra outfit. Max stood up as well as he held Cynthia in his arms.
What?
And yes,
What
every
is he-
time Black Haze shows up, he's wearing a zebra outfit. I don't know what that means.
Does
He
I
has
mean
zebra
I'm
stripes.
imagining like a fucking like mascot like costume.
Yeah, like a
Wearing,
furry outfit.
like a pimp suit or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
man.
I found it. I found it. Yeah, here he is. LMFAO, the dancing zebra. There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
him
Black
in his
Haze.
zebra suit.
showing
Now
up.
that's intimidating.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean I'm intimidated. Like holy shit.
Dude, just imagine how hard it is to do the Running Man when you're bent over with your head up someone else's ass.
That
yeah.
was actually pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
no, that's skill. That's skill right there.
Yeah, so the fucking zebra suit. Max asked in a demanding tone.
What an asshole.
What do you
Yeah.
want?
Black Haze smiled at him as he rubbed his fingers on his suit.
Ugh. Oh, nothing much. I'm just here to tell you that you've won. You and the rest of your friends have found their mare friends, and now that you have found your precious Twilight Sparkle, I now can send you home.
What if you
What?
just didn't though?
Yeah, what? Why didn't you send them into a fantasy where they died?
Black, kind of like how Night Shadow's original like kidnapping Luna was just a game. I think this is just a game to Black Haze.
Why?
Play a game.
Because
Because
these villains suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Vanish
because
is the only
plot,
one
really.
who had any agency, and he died. So
That's
I mean,
true.
That's what having agency does to you, I guess.
They really are the worst.
Yeah.
yeah, Black Haze is just playing around with them.
Great.
Like just the least competent possible villain.
Actually, though, this will be developed
To
a
be
little bit
fair.
next chapter. So
Also, to be fair, when you say least competent, there was also still Ghibli Pismatist.
Yeah, Ghibli.
Yeah. Wow. Ghibli Pismatist died, so Ghibli Primatist and Gabili Primatist and all of them could get away.
Yeah.
What a hero, really.
So he's sending them home. He said, Cynthia then held on to Max tightly.
Oh,
Cynthia's Twilight,
Max,
basically.
yeah, no, I lost my place, actually.
Max,
sorry.
I'm scared. Is the
Last paragraph of the chapter, about halfway in.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Max, I'm scared.
He said, a bit worried. Black Haze grinned darkly.
Oh, don't worry, my dear.
He said,
you should be.
That's a dumb line. I hate you.
That's stupid, yeah.
He then snapped his fingers as Max and Cynthia and him were teleported out of the room.
They're just in a room.
All right.
Great.
So
They're just going outside of it.
So the 6 all completed their challenges, and Black Haze teleported them out.
Chapter notes are redacted for the time being.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the next chapter because
Spoilers?
Yeah, spoilers.
They contain a
had
spoiler.
spoilers. That I don't want the viewers to know right now. So,
Yeah.
Chapter 50.
the greatest thing you can do in your author's notes, spoil what happens in the coming chapter.
Yeah.
So, Chapter 52, The End of Waiting, aka a fight between old friends.
Damn.
So enjoy. The hill. As Max was on the ground, he then started to open his eyes.
What happened?
What happened? He said as he sat on his legs. As he looked around, he then looked to see all of his friends and their mare friends together.
Guys!
Max said as he looked next to his leg to see Twilight because she's very small.
Yeah, she's very small, yeah.
He then picked... I keep thinking that that's just a mistake he made and that he's going to forget at some point.
Doubling down on it, yeah.
Sorry, but real quick, CKD, no, the villain's plan was not that. The villain, Black Haze, literally just wanted to see these humans act out the creepypasta. So, while they were stuck in there, the girls got their memories removed or whatever and thought they were these human counterparts. But the guys all knew and, talked to each other multiple times and know they're all stuck in here and have to save the girls.
Yeah, and now that they're out, the girls remember their past again.
Yeah.
They're complete. I mean, they remember what happened to them, but otherwise are unchanged.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a long session VR chat, but you're back in the real world now.
Basically.
Yeah. Gosh, just put me back in. Yeah, so he then picked her up into his arms and held her close.
Twilight. Nolan.
Nolan, it's you.
Max said as he placed his hands on her face. Twilight then started to wake up as she then blinked a bit.
She blinked Sorry, blinking a bit is just weird to me.
Uh-huh. Max?
Huh? What?
Yeah.
She
what
said.
Happened?
Max smiled as he kissed all over her.
Oh.
Just
Twilight.
everywhere.
I'm sorry. Twilight.
Max said as he cuddled her close. He learned all of his warmth from Blade.
Yeah.
Twilight was awake now by Max's kisses.
Max!
Twilight said as she held onto her cold friend in joy. as she
Oh, dude.
laid her head on his shoulder. As the two embraced, Twilight then saw her friends and their cult friends as well.
Dude, he learned about the fact that cults and mares are different.
Uh-huh.
Good job, buddy.
Max,
Okay.
look.
She said. Max then turned around to see that his other friends were all there.
But he saw that earlier.
Yeah, but now he sees it again.
Guys, he says again.
Max shouted as Twilight and Max ran over to them. As their
I
friends
mean-
all came to, they were then greeted by hugs.
What I think it is like he first saw his friends and he was like, dude, it's my friends. And then he saw his girlfriend and he was like, oh, never mind, forget them.
He did. He literally forgot them.
Yeah, he literally just forgot them and was all focused on Twilight. And it was like, right, they're here.
And
Yeah, very
Hooray.
short-term attention.
the rest of them were all knocked out just by not
Yeah, I
telling
guess.
us that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
Corey said as he hugged his younger brother.
Likewise, man. I forgot they were brothers.
I also completely forgot they were
If
related.
they ever mentioned it. I don't remember them mentioning it, but
Yeah,
Did they
I
ever
assume they
mention
did
it?
mention it.
they shared the same room, and remember the father and the older brother were like being like, "Hi, I bet you're gonna fuck that girl you brought home from the club."
Oh,
huh?"
right. Yeah, good times.
They mention it like once every 10 chapters, usually in the ones we skip.
Yeah.
Nice. Great.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
love that.
The chapter where you find out they're brothers is so cringe, it either burns itself in your memory forever, or your brain represses it as quickly as possible so you can survive.
That makes
Mm.
sense.
Either way, you're fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max said, as the gang were enjoying their victory, they all then heard footsteps coming toward them.
Yes, enjoy your wonderful friendship. Either way, you've still lost.
Everyone then turned to see Black Haze as he had his arms crossed.
You son of a bitch!
Dylan said,
We finally beat your fucking game. Now take us home.
Black Haze then wagged his finger.
Oh, I'm afraid not, my boy. This
My
piece is
boy.
all too warrior stuff. Since the last 3 of you used outside help, I can't send you back home.
Oh.
So
Caught
yes,
using aimbot
Blade!
on server.
so yes, the fact that Blade just inexplicably was there for the last 3 of the 6 is actually relevant.
And also a problem.
Oh, fucks them up. That's great.
They fucking
Yeah.
cheated, no cheaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
said,
amazing.
Sorry. That's crazy!
Clayton said, hey, it's Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
Clayton said as he then grabbed his Yamato katana from his back and held it at he ready.
By the way, not that crazy.
No, really isn't crazy.
It's more crazier that Blade was there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
you think about
crazy.
it.
That's the crazy thing.
I'm so gonna kick your ass!
Looks like it's time for Clayton to let her rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Haze only laughed at him.
You will try.
Objectively true statement.
Yeah,
He will. It is something he will do. He will try.
he will make an honest
attempt.
attempt.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
As soon as Black Haze was about to fight him, he was soon tackled by none other than Blade.
Blade's here, guys.
Yes, Blade is there with them.
Thank you.
What?
Black Haze said as Blade pinned him down. Blade then held out his left hand, making a portal appear. Get going, he demanded. But Blade, what about you?
What about Blade? Who cares?
I mean, they do, clearly. That's their good friend, Blade.
Yeah,
Sam?
Uh-huh.
Don't you
Everyone
remember and
knows
love
Blade.
Blade?
Black
Yeah.
Haze, he's like, Blade, if you die, make sure that you appear to the cast of Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
So we can see you one last time. Because I will be watching.
Religiously, I will be watching.
Yeah.
Sam asked. Blade then looked at Black Haze. Forget about me. Take care of Night Shadow. Black Haze is my target, not yours. Now go.
It's
Is he?
win.
Heroic sacrifice by Blade.
Oh.
We all
Damn.
care.
Yes.
We care a lot. The group then ran into the portal one by one. They don't even fucking argue outside of
I
saying
mean,
they
they're
just leave.
just
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and they're going very orderly, like single file, like
Maybe it's
Small
a small
portal.
portal. Yeah.
Max then stopped as he then turned around to face him.
We won't forget you, Blade.
We
Last time
promise.
you mentioned.
Blade smiled at him. I know you won't, and who knows, maybe we'll see each other again someday. Also, if you actually go back and read the chapters, the Blade in this story, as written by QB Gear, is not the blithering idiot that he was in Blade's crossover. Most
Yeah,
of his
he's a
Blade's crossover
completely
was
different character.
because the Blade's crossover, the guy who wrote it is an idiot. I mean, no offense, but
Right.
I mean, offense.
The two authors create two different,
Very
crazy
different
characters.
Yeah. But QB Gear, again, most of his mistakes come from youth and misplaced exuberance. I don't know. I don't think he's actually that dumb. Maybe.
I don't know.
Right.
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
Right. This is QB Gear letting this other guy's character in, and not like the same character that started out being on the 1000th year of a human versus robot war and all the shit in Blade's crossover. I don't remember. Never mind.
No
Just
one
go
Never
watch Blade's crossover. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just love that. Really, the only thing QB Gear did was be like, okay, I guess I'll have Blade here. I named this character Blade. There you go. There's Blade.
And he just gets airdropped into the story like it doesn't fucking matter at all.
But
You'll see Legendary Cryptid that this will actually be a very on-screen moment. Blade versus Black Haze. Let's go.
yeah, it's gonna be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Blade smiled at him. I know you won't, and who knows, maybe we'll see each other again someday.
Yeah, maybe.
Yay.
Max line.
Oh,
Yay, I hope that it's soon.
yay. Yay, I hope that it's soon.
Max then jumped into the portal as it then closed, leaving only him and Black Haze. Black Haze then threw him off of him as he then got to his feet.
You got some...
Who is doing what now?
Yeah, there's going to be some reference problems here. Black Haze
Great, I
throws Blade
love
off of
those.
him, and they both get to their feet.
Yeah.
You got some nerve putting your nose into things that don't concern you.
He said. Blade then got up as he cracked his neck. And you've got some nerve killing all of our comrades and sending me here all those years ago?
Oh,
said-
A while ago, I guess. Okay.
They are deep lore here.
Yeah.
that was Black Haze all along.
He said. Black Haze then smiled more.
Well, oh, he does it again.
How do you-
B. Blade, you haven't changed a bit.
Connor always gets that one. Ooh, B.
And sorry for all the interruptions, but like they are going to explain their lore out loud here, so
Nice.
I know y'all are
The
confused.
same could be
hopefully.
said about you, old friend.
Old friend.
Oh, Blade, still trying to patching things up like old times? That's so sweet of you.
He mocked. Blade only gritted his teeth in anger. You took everything from me, Hayes. My family, my friends, and even the love of my life. You destroyed that, and sent me here to die. Well, I have a surprise for you, my friend. I managed to survive in this hell for 99,000 years, and now I'm going to kill you in your own creation. Blade is so much
What?
fucking cooler in this than he
I
is.
can't explain that.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Has has Black Haze had this virtual reality thing going for almost 100,000 years? Just to keep
guess.
Blade in there?
They are like the level of... They are alicorn, so they are god tier.
Yeah.
And again, chat, like, this is an entirely separate backstory than in Blade's crossover.
Yeah, no, this is Blade from Blade's crossover, except not.
Yeah, he has as much to do as Wesley Snipes' Blade that you guys were posting earlier.
Yeah.
It's this character named Blade who's here.
And he's also just as cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, sorry.
Although he does share one thing in common with Wesley Snipes' Blade. Blade then took off his trench coat
Oh,
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a trench coat. Yeah, there you go. It is
As-
Blade.
as he showed what he was hiding all this time.
oh God.
Rippling muscles.
Oh my god.
Flashing.
Sexy
Dude, the-
body.
The sexiest six pack you've ever seen in your life.
Uh-huh.
No. Take a look at what your warp gate did to me.
It made me buff as fuck.
Now, if you ship Blade versus Black Haze, you have no choice but then to take the scene somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Obviously.
doing that in my mind. It's much more enjoyable.
He said, "Thanks to your warp gate, I was permanently scarred, and I had to rebuild myself piece by piece. That's right, I'm all machine, and the only thing that's been keeping me alive is my hatred for you."
Damn.
He's all
Blade
machine
then-
now.
Blade then
Wow.
charged at him with blazing speed as he then slammed Black Haze into the ground and started to beat him over and over again. As Blade was punching him, the Christmas story technique. As Blade was punching him repeatedly, Black Haze then grabbed him by the neck and started to choke him.
Wow.
For shame, my friend. Black Haze. Yeah.
Black Haze said,
I thought you knew me by now that I don't play fair.
"Well, I mean, if it's
Good
your
blood.
world, then I guess you're pretty much guaranteed to win." He then used his magic and started to slit Blade's throat as he then formed magic swords around him as he teleported out of the way as the swords then stabbed into him at once.
Wow.
I have no idea what's happening, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Blade didn't feel any pain at all as the swords held him down into the ground, getting tighter and sharper into his robotic skin. Black Haze then stood over him.
Robotic skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like aluminum foil.
The sword's getting tighter.
So it's getting tighter. And
Everything
robotic
about this
skin
is nonsense.
is so good. Really, something about robotic skin just fucking gets to me.
Here you go. There you go. There it is. That's the fucking. That's what he was doing to him. He was hitting him with the Christmas story beatdown.
Yeah.
The most powerful of anime techniques.
And
The
then
most secret and forbidden of moves.
And then to continue the reference, Blade was like, Doctor, turn off my pain inhibitors.
Yeah.
Memes Blade. Okay,
Memes.
so, tisk, tisk, tisk. You should have stayed out of this, Blade.
He said.
Then maybe you could have survived a little while longer in this world.
Blade then spat in his face, his metal spit.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, it's just liquid metal. It's very warm.
Yeah, gallium. You really think that I'll waste another more years in this hell of a dump?
Whoo!
Let's read that again. You really think that I'll waste another more years in this hell of a dump? Please, I'd rather
Hell of a
die.
dump.
Wow.
I'd rather die than read that sentence again.
Yeah.
That was horrific.
Black Haze then started to get furious as he then
Oh,
picked him up
man.
and stabbed his bare hand right into his chest and pulled out one of his organs.
Just one of just
one of
at
them.
random. It's
I-
like it's you know those big like you know how they have like a big basket full of like different just random objects. You can pull one out and you win a prize. Is that
I-
except organs?
I thought you were all machine.
Well,
Yeah.
Metal
Well,
organs.
Machine
he
organs,
made himself machine organs.
He kept like the same human body construction, but just replaced like his liver with a robot liver, arteries with
Yeah.
robot arteries.
Obviously, yeah.
You got to be
Mhm.
careful.
I mean, that's the
posting
way you
that
do
to
it.
start
Yeah.
out.
So
If
okay.
Connor sees that, he will immediately start playing SSX on tour.
Oh shit! Yeah. Ba, ba, da. Okay. Stabbed his bare
Yeah.
hand. Sorry. You miserable fool!
He said.
I gave you a second chance, a second life. I gave you everything, and now you're going to dash it all away?
I guess they did. I guess he secretly cared about him.
I
Yeah.
can't explain this either.
My
Blade-
fucking Blade Haze ship over here is just sailing along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lade then placed his
Oh.
hand on Black Haze's shoulder as he leaned up to his ear.
Yeah. See. This
Yeah.
is getting romantic.
You know what? You're right, he said. Maybe I was wrong about you.
Kiss, kiss,
Kiss,
kiss,
kiss,
kiss.
kiss.
Black Haze smiled at him.
Am I finally getting through?
These all had to be like song lyrics at this point, right?
What?
B then let Blade go as he threw him on the ground.
Threw him on
Wow.
the ground.
Not that song's lyrics, but not what I was thinking.
This world needs to be purged from the weak.
What?
Hold
This
on.
is
You
not
need
like
to
how
remove-
Black Haze was at all before. I don't know what's
Also-
going on here.
Also, the world needs to be removed from weak people. Not weak people need to be removed from the world. The opposite.
I don't know.
The
Yeah.
around.
Well, a world that will be rid of. Well, you'll see.
He's probably took straight from some anime or something for all the dialogue and shit.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense. Yellow's right. That's
don't know,
not the way
sorry.
you phrase that.
Yeah.
Well, wait until you see.
This world needs to be purged from the weak. This world and the galaxy as well. A world that will be rid of weak-minded fools like you, Blade. A world where only the strong can live. A world where only the powerful will survive. And my master and best friend Night Shadow
Aw.
aims to accomplish that
Aw.
goal. He aims to be a god among gods.
You're just using phrases you think are cool for
Yes.
a bad guy to say.
I
but like
love-
this doesn't make any sense.
I love that it's all this like the world is
Yeah.
only for the strong and only the strong shall thrive, and then
Like my
Give
master.
it-
And he's
yeah, my
best
master
friend,
and best friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude!
But like
It's
they're
just-
really he's really just using buzzwords and like fun like
Mm-hmm.
things for like a villain to say. He doesn't really care what that actually means. Like what does it mean for him to be a god among gods?
He's
Well, you
he's
see,
more
he is
supreme
one
than
of
all the
many.
other gods.
But like
Like
what
Zeus was.
gods? What are we talking? Are you saying that you're going to elevate everyone else to godhood?
Well, Luna and
Because, like-
well, he wants only the Alicorns around, and he'll be the king of the Alicorns.
But like they don't want him around, so they're not going to.
Yeah, no, that's
Tough
why
shit,
he
'cause
will.
he's a
That's
god
why he will
among gods.
subjugate. That's
Yeah.
why
But
he
then
will
also, like-
subjugate them.
But also like I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
you
is
just-
essentially
Just
essentially
standard
just
so
dumb
out of
bad
character
guy
Trope
Yeah,
speak.
just
bullshit.
It's just
do random
tropes and generic
Yeah.
evil.
like. Have you ever
shit.
seen the Disney movie Dinosaur? Remember that guy? That was his motto: "Only the strong will survive."
And like the strong already, like the powerful already do survive,
Exactly.
right?
So the
So,
weak
like
should die.
all he's saying is that he wants dumb luck to go away.
Yeah,
guess so.
it's
It's like-
evil, bad guy
Okay.
stuff.
Blade then started to clap his hands. Well, I never would have guessed.
Guessed what?
Blade then stopped clapping as he had a dark and devious look on his face. I thought all these years, all this time,
What?
that you had this wonderful ideas and plans when we were fillies. I still
Fillies?
don't know what that word means.
You
I
guys
still
were
think it means young
fillies?
horse.
When were you young horses even?
Well, yeah. Wait, Blade's a horse now?
At,
Yeah,
Wait,
right.
hold on. I thought Blade was a robot. What?
at
He was
least
a horse, and he remade himself as a transformer.
Okay, so originally Blade was a transformer.
And then he became a horse.
well,
And he came to this universe, but then they retroactively changed his backstory, so now he was a horse, and he
Right.
went
And
to
became a
Transformer
robot.
world.
the
maybe?
blade. Hold on, the Blades crossover version. God, I
This
can't
is
remember
him.
what that. Who's the author of Blades crossover?
That's him right
Blade.
there, the guy from Brave Star.
Oh, right, he was just called Blade, which is actually going to make this harder. So I'm just going to say author. In
Yes,
Blades crossover, Blade is a transformer that gets teleported to My Little Pony. Okay, QB Gear writing Fate either is looking for OCs or the author of Blades crossover just says, "Put my character in your story," and QB Gear's like, okay. QB Gear's version of this character, which now has a completely different backstory, appears to be that over 99,000 years ago, Blade and Black Haze were friends, and then Blade got put in here 99,000 years ago, and he has made himself be all machine. it
Well,
doesn't
he
really
was
add up.
destroyed, remember?
But
He had to rebuild himself.
yeah, but I don't think you could take what happens over in the story Blades crossover as like part of the
Yeah, no.
backstory for this version of Blade.
This
This
is
was not
literally just a
true.
different character with the same name.
Cool.
And also,
Good.
even this backstory, all written by this one guy, doesn't seem to line up.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So yes, when we were fillies, you don't look a thing like Jesus. But I see what you really are. Black Haze then raised his eyebrow at him,
Sorry,
his
I keep-
fucking huge unibrow.
And what did you really see, my friend?
Blade then looked at him as his grin then turned into hate. That you're batshit insane.
Good one.
Owned?
Hilarious.
Wow,
Isn't that-
you got him.
I feel like something like that is very similar to actual dialogue from Metal Gear Rising.
Blade then backflipped as he
Oh.
then ran at him again as he, Black Haze, dogged every
Oh,
single
no.
punch that he could deliver. Black Haze then used his magic on him, but forgot how close he was as Blade then grabbed his horn and tore it off of his head.
Forgot how
Christ.
close he was. Okay.
Oops.
So I forgot you were standing right in front of me.
Very loud or over the top, since it's all lowercase. So, you bastard!
Black Haze shouted. Blade then crushed his horn into pieces as he then threw it on the ground and stomped on
He
it.
threw it on the ground.
Now you're worthless, he mocked. Black Haze then pulled out a double-edged knife as he then proceeded, some might even call it a dagger, as he then proceeded to ruthlessly cut open, stab, and slash Blade repeatedly all over his body until he was nothing left.
He literally just
Oh.
cut him into atoms.
Yeah, he fucking split the atoms, split the plonk.
I mean, Blade ripped something connected to your skull off.
Yeah,
Like, I would
minor
think the
inconvenience.
alicorn horn would be connected to your skull.
That's like a rhino
Minor
horn. It grows like a big
inconvenience.
thumbnail.
Yeah, a rhino horn is grown out of the skin.
Oh.
It would still be incredibly painful.
To rip a
Yeah.
rhino horn right off.
Yeah, that would
Isn't
be
it-
that.
Isn't the rhino horn also not? Isn't the rhino horn also basically made of hair?
Yeah, kinda.
Well, it's keratin,
Yeah.
so it's very similar to like a fingernail. It's a big fingernail growing out of their nose.
What about like a narwhal horn?
That's a
bone.
tooth.
Well, that's tooth, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
okay,
And then other horns are like bone.
Animals are fucking weird, my dude.
yeah.
Like antlers are bone, is what
Right.
I was thinking of. Covered with skin, and then the skin gets shed, which is horrifying.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's rad.
I love nature. Nature is horrifying.
It's pretty
and
fucking metal if you
beautiful.
see moose walking around with just giant lumps of shed skin hanging off their antlers.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they just tore through like a battalion. But yes, so he just cut him into like fucking dust.
Yeah.
Blade then fell to his knees that no longer exist as he felt his robotic body give out on him from all of the damage. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Ugh. And I wait, is this Black Haze or Blade? Or...
He said as he
You know, it is.
No.
This is
Blade.
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 Yeah.
Ugh, damn. I was hopping for a few more minutes of playtime. He said as he coughed up artificial blood. He then felt the dagger pierce his neck as Black Haze then held his head.
Shh. Just let me end this once and for all.
He said.
I shall make your death end quickly for you, my friend.
After
So you're gonna
a fucking-
revive him real fast? Like what?
Also, you like a quick death after slicing him into pieces is does not make you merciful.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You already went way past quick death. my
After
dude.
hours of torture, I will now give you a nice, quick, painless death. Blade then
God.
glanced at him and smiled. Oh, okay, Hayes. If you want a quick death, then allow me to do the honor of giving it to you. He then
Damn.
snapped his fingers one last time as there was a ticking sound coming from his body. Oh my god, he's literally Robot X from Bare Knuckle 3.
Damn.
Yeah.
He
They
has
beat
a
him up and he's like,
self-destruct.
I still win. There is a bomb in this building.
Yeah.
There is a bomb in my body.
My body is a temple, and it's filled with bombs. I
It's a
planned
Legend
this
of
just
Zelda
in
temple.
case. Oh yeah, Blade uses self-destruct. I planned this just in case, he said, and it looks like I made a good time to use it. He then grabbed Black Haze by the throat, not letting him go.
Okay, that last line of dialogue was
That was
not
nonsense,
great,
yeah.
but I like
No.
the idea. You stupid fool! Then that's too Sonic. Hold on. Sorry. Oh my god. I'm struggling with my screen capture. You stupid fool! You'll kill this whole alternate world!
So what?
Shrug.
So I will kill billions of people. So what? As long as I get to kill you in it, then that's just fine with me.
Wow.
Well, but I've
You know
put,
that
I've
it's
put
fine
thousands
by
of
me.
hours into this alternate world.
You think Blade might be a little connected to this, alternate world, alternate universe, considering he's lived here for 100,000 years?
No,
lived there
he
for
was
longer
sleeping
than-
for most of it.
He
Oh,
wants out.
okay.
He doesn't want to live another day in it.
Yeah. Blade then looked down at the timer on his heart to see that it was now at 10 seconds, then 9, now at 8,
Oh my
7,
God,
6,
Jesus.
5, 4, 3,
I love
2.
that
Come
during all
on.
of that, Black Haze is also just kind of sitting there
Watching.
doing fuck
Oh,
all.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So 1. Blade then looked at the sky as he closed his eyes. Godspeed, my friends, he said as the bomb went off and it exploded, destroying the whole entire world within itself.
Huh? CKD asked, how did Blade know Max? And to that question I say, no. I'm not going to answer. No one's going to answer. No one will ever know.
You'll
The
just
answer
have
to that
read it
question does not
yourself.
exist.
I was trying to find a gif of the explosion from the Fifth Element, but I couldn't find it, so just enjoy.
Chris Tucker from the Chris Element.
Chris Tucker was so amazingly fabulous in that movie. I
It's a
fucking
great
love that movie.
Yeah.
Government HQ.
Back to the government.
Night Shadow was tapping at his desk as he was thinking about something. Rare
I
moment
could do
for him.
something about taking over Equestria? I don't know why that's a question. I just wonder what I show.
I just love that he is just like, I could do something about invading Equestria. There's an idea.
He stopped talking as he then felt a surge of energy pass right through his body.
What was that?
He wondered. I articulate all my thoughts out loud for the convenience of the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Then it hit him as he got out of his seat.
No! That energy! That couldn't have been from...
That energy.
Same energy.
Yeah.
He then tried to sense his best friend's life force as hard as he could, but all he could sense was nothing.
My best friend!
No, my pal.
Night Shadow fell to his knees in anguish and rage. He couldn't believe that his friend, Black Haze, was... dead. And then I love this line.
Egg!
Oh, God. Don't hurt yourself.
Almost there. Just a few more. Just a few more, Bob. You can do it. There's 3 more, Bob. Yeah, there you go.
I was sick earlier this weekend. This is awful.
Yeah.
No, Bob. That's too many H's now. You've done enough H's. You can stop. It's
Well,
okay.
he stopped reading the line. This is now Bob as himself reacting.
No,
to
I'm
Black
just
Haze's
dying.
death.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, okay.
I see
Well-
a bright light up, and I'm... Yep.
You
Now
know,
he's
Died.
now he's looking around and he's like,
What a peaceful place.
Yes.
I didn't find the GIF I was looking for, but this GIF here is a perfect example of what it's like to read this story.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Dude, Static Shock was the best show ever. Why is that not gotten a live action adaptation? Please, DC, I beg of you.
Yeah, Static Shock. Good.
Was the tits. It was awesome. So yes, Night Shadow roared. He roared his H's as his enraged cry echoed and shook the whole city. Then got to his feet.
Oh my God.
A boom,
Yeah.
boom. Got a rhythm to it. Then got to his feet, as his eyes were now seething with rage and glowing bright purple and red.
Wow. Right.
All right,
purple.
that's it.
He said in a demotic tone. Not demonic, demotic.
Oh.
Or demotic.
Time to
Demotic?
finally strike those worthless scum from existence.
He then grabbed the phone and called Adam up.
I need to
Hey,
make
Adam,
a
how
phone
you
call.
I hope Adam's able to pick up the phone.
I mean, apparently he is.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was explained, but I think
Yeah.
Adam got like robot limbs.
Okay.
Dylan
Yeah,
got
you
a
know,
robot arm. Adam got 2 robot arms and 2 robot legs.
Hey, you know that classic novel where the guy loses all his limbs on Adam fought his son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam is just normal again now. So. Yes, Vincent.
Adam said.
Adam, activate the copies.
Sir?
Did I stutter? I said do it now.
Go down to Staples right away.
But sir, I thought that we were going to save them for the invasion? What would you want to send them now? Yeah, sorry, I thought I read that wrong.
Yep.
No, you read
I
that
wrote
right.
that wrong.
He wrote that wrong.
Yeah.
Night Shadow then got even angrier.
Don't ask me questions. Just get it done.
He said in his royal candorlot voice.
Oh,
as he
sorry, I didn't do that
slammed-
in my Candorlot voice. Ah, well.
That's whatever.
He slammed the phone back on the hook. He then he has a fucking house phone. He then looked out the window as his reflection appeared, showing his face and glowing red and purple eyes.
You have no idea what's in store for you.
No, that's
Custria.
Qstria.
Oh my
Q-Street.
god. How did that happen?
That's one of the best ones we've
Well, the
ever
E
seen.
and the
Wait,
Q
wait,
switched
yeah.
places.
Yeah.
All right, and so of course the
Chapter end notes.
and the start notes were "Rest in peace, Blade."
Yeah,
He
the
just
start
told me
notes
Blade was
were
gonna
Rest in
die.
Peace, Blade.
Yeah. Which, thanks for that spoiler. Chapter end notes, we're getting close to the end, so please stay tuned.
Make sure you don't want to be off key.
So, yes, just to recap that, Blade was also just in that virtual reality or whatever, started helping the heroes, but only halfway through. Then he got in a battle with Black Haze and blew himself up, killing Black Haze. So, like, Black Haze is dead, and Blade did it.
Cool.
And the true sad reality is that this also means that Blade is dead.
Right.
Also, CKD, to answer your question, no, because those are chapters that we're skipping in this story.
Right. Yeah, CKD.
So fuck that noise.
Like, once again, after the stuff we did read for Blade's crossover, I know you can't really see this on the YouTube thing, but, like, the rest of the chapters over on that story were just chapters 49 through 52 of Fate.
This story.
The ones that feature Blade, that the Blade's crossover author just went over and put on his story, even though they make
You
no
just
sense.
copy pasted them.
And then had no connection to what was already going on in Blade's crossover, which was kind of
Yeah.
hard to parse, but it definitely was not
Yeah.
what happens here.
So if you read...
CKD. So basically, CKD is going to be finishing Blade's crossover when CKD goes over those chapters,
Yeah.
if they choose to do that.
Yeah, when you read 49, 50, and 51, and 52, that will be what was in Blade's crossover.
Congrats, you're the honorary 7th member of the Steel Donut.
But again,
Giggity,
I
hell,
love
it's
that
about
it's
time.
7.
everyone should read back through the chapters we're skipping because all of them are incredible. And
Yeah, no,
speaking
they
of
are.
chapters we're skipping, we are skipping chapter 53. Basically, in 53, the main 12 are happy to be back in Ponyville, and they don't mention Blade at all. It's like he didn't exist. So they teleport to Canterlot. Celestia tells them that Night Shadow is planning to come to Equestria and kill the princesses and take over. He basically announces this via virtual letter or something. And the humans all decide they're going to kick his ass when he gets here. But then also at the end of the chapter, they start planning to go back to the human world to just take on Night Shadow themselves.
Yeah.
I know that sounded confusing because it was written really weirdly. Like, Blake, do you have anything
I
to
said
add?
yeah, but I didn't understand.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The most important thing is there's going to be a big, stupid, like, end of a Marvel movie fight.
Okay, great.
Right. So I'm basically showing the end of chapter 53 here. Yeah, the boys get like powered up and they all plan to teleport back to the human world and take on Night Shadow themselves. So, next stop, Government HQ. And with that, the main 12 then flash from the throne room and on their way to Earth to take on Night Shadow. Yeah.
Awesome. And before we get into that, I say we take a little bit of a drink break.
Drink break.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
we will reconvene in a few minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
y'all. Whoever gets here first will schmooze y'all. So
Yeah.
go get your drinks.
I mean, I'm staying here, so I will. Schmooze.
Okay, great. Schmooze.
Yeah. I am very interactive. Interact with me, please. People are attempting interaction. Many people are attempting interaction. I don't know much about Street Fighter's lore, so I cannot comment on that. Yes, some Dutch schmooze. Remind me of having Clayton's sister recently? She's in Ponyville. And that's all I know. That's all I can remain. Wow. I'm not that old. I'm only 30. Fuck you. Caleb, why? Rude. Calling me old. Blade Black Haze newest ship. I mean, I ship it. Like, that's very good. Like, that's a very good ship, though. Like, that had... Yeah. Yeah, like Locke said, Lucy is now just not Lucy anymore. She's just another Broin. Good times. Oh my god. I don't remember that, but I believe you, CKT. That would be a thing. That would be a thing, wouldn't it? That would be a thing. Reintegrated into the herd. I love that. That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah,
God.
she got reinstated. I mean, the herd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No,
What's
it
up,
was only me.
Slices?
It was only me and Electron. The rest
Yeah, we were taking a short break.
We're grabbing drinks, and I
Maddie's
do not
here?
hydrate because I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Maddie, what's up?
Unfortunately, I have no more liquid death in the fridge, so I'm drinking some brisk.
You only have liquid life left.
Yeah.
Damn, I have to live.
Actually, brisk for those. I know, like, I feel like brisk is one of those things that probably has a YouTube video like called "The Downfall of Brisk" because it's not that popular anymore. But it's actually a great soda alternative because I think it tastes pretty good, and it only has 17 grams of sugar, as opposed to like a can of Mountain Dew, which is like 60.
Right, and I'm back.
And
Welcome
also,
back.
if
We're
you
all
want,
back.
one time Connor and I, when we were living together, I was making brisket for dinner, and I thought, what better way to make brisket than to baste it in brisk? And so I made brisket.
No, I can't believe you didn't just call it brisket.
I did, and I
Okay,
tweeted
good.
about it, and then the brisk people retweeted me and then followed my Twitter account for it.
Yeah, nice.
I was followed on Twitter by the official brisk Twitter, and they said, "Break me off some of that brisket," and then they later unfollowed me, and then I later deleted Twitter because fuck Twitter.
Yeah.
Fair. God,
Genuinely,
that's great,
even
though.
now, like sometimes I'll go on, I'll look at I'll look at a tweet somebody sent, and like somebody sent to me on Discord, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay, that's funny" or whatever, and then I scroll down just a little bit, and I'm immediately depressed.
Yeah, I get that.
It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. I never see anything that I like to see on Twitter.
I mean, that's why you should only look at the tweet itself and then click the fuck away.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't even read the responses.
You know, since Bob mentioned his brush with fame, I will say that I was once friends on Skype and messaged like a couple times with the guy who sings the Pack is Back, the Pac-Man theme song.
Yeah, my phone rings.
Nice.
Ugh.
Like friends or anything. I just I happen to know another YouTuber who was a friend of his, and who I was casual acquaintances with, and that's the only reason why we were able to be friends, because the guy who sings the Pack is Back theme is actually a YouTuber.
No.
Right.
I don't even know if people here know what that song is.
Yeah, that's sort of old SDC lore.
The theme song to the animated show, what was it called? Pac-Man and the Ghost Adventures?
Pac-Man the Ghostly Adventures.
And the Ghostly
And the Ghostly Adventures, yeah.
Yeah, and it has an awful theme song, and the guy who sang it was a My Little Pony, later furry YouTuber who played video games and made music.
Yeah.
Well.
And like I said, I messaged him a couple times on Skype, and he actually messaged me back.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't believe
Damn.
Blake is friends in high places.
Yeah, that's real fame right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, since we're all back now, let's get back to Fate, or F-A.T.E,
Right.
which for people have been wondering this. Let me just explain what Fate stands for. So the F stands for fate, the A stands for fate,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
the T stands for fate, the E, and this will surprise you, stands for fate.
okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Just some surprises for all of you.
So yeah, chapter
You're welcome.
54. Yeah, let me read the author's notes.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Okay, you guys, you ready for this? Next chapter is going to be so much fun, and you'll all know what I mean evil smile. Enjoy, my friends.
What about this chapter?
These are my friends.
Fuck this
Enjoy them.
chapter.
Fuck this.
This is what you gotta suffer through to get to that good chapter 55.
I guess so.
Yeah, next chapter will be great. This chapter, whew.
Ooh, this chapter, let me tell you.
All right. So chapter 54, Scatter, aka Here's the Plan.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it.
Oh man, I love hearing plans.
Government HQ. The main 12 flashed in an alleyway. Oh my god!
Oh no!
What a
Don't
start!
fucking do that! What the fuck?
Oh, is this a human custom? I must tell Celestia about this.
Oh no!
Fucking Twilight. In an alleyway a few feet away from the large building as they looked at their surroundings.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, God. Wow, that took a lot of magic to pull off.
It took a lot of magic to pull off my coat.
Yeah.
Max says he rubbed his head. Oh god.
Oh no!
Twilight then walked in front of him. Oh no!
Fucking stop!
Don't worry. Don't worry, Max.
She said.
You'll get used to it in no time.
Max
Gets
smiled at her
worse.
as they looked up at the sky.
Guys, look.
No, I don't want to look at your gross everything.
Yeah.
He's smiling.
The others then looked at the sky to see that it was blood red as lightning flashed over and over. They all then walked out from an alley to see to their horror of what had become of their city.
Oh.
Man, you could have seen this before if you'd cared like months ago.
Oh, Revolver Dad, you want a Pac-Man very shy in chat? I'll give you one right here. Pac-Man very shy. Silly.
Nice.
There you go. That was for you.
Beautiful.
Fucking alley. In front of them were banners, posters, and some of the citizens of Newport City had on black uniforms that had Night Shadow's cutie mark on the shoulders and back. The boys were speechless.
On the back,
Wow.
like a motorcycle jacket.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Oh, right. I'll be Jack and Pinkie Pie again, so.
Yeah.
What has he done?
Jack said. He's corrupted our city, that's what he's done. Sam said. Looks like there's a new sheriff in town, Sam said. Dylan blinked before he rubbed his eyes to make sure that he wasn't dreaming. As he finished, he then this fucking process. And then you do this and this.
God.
He finished as he then saw the same things.
Wow.
Who wants to be Dylan and Fluttershy?
Oh, you know what? I'll be.
You've usually been them.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry. No, I was sick yesterday, so I'm having a little
sorry.
breathing from all that heaving. And also I lost my place.
Okay, well, your word is so.
Quote, so.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So we leave for a month.
No. Just the word so.
Oh, just this. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
He said.
this isn't a dream after all.
Corey then placed his hand on his shoulder.
Nope. It's the real deal.
Max then had his hands in his pockets as he walked forward. Fucking.
So, we leave for a month or two, and now we come back to find our city under his control.
Yeah, it was like that like a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys really,
How long
really
has it
like
been?
missed out on this. You know?
I mean, honestly, you knew there were bad guys around and that they were coming, and you just left and forgot about all of it. Okay.
I mean, it's not that important if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you really think about it, it's not that important.
If you turn your brain off.
Also, this is, he walked forward with his hands in his pockets. Just imagine this. Image coming. There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
The most iconic walking forward hands in pockets image, Bob Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Max said as he then turned to the group.
All the more reason to defeat him.
Well, if he didn't do anything bad, you would need to defeat him. So
You
yeah.
also didn't try to defeat him before. That's the entire reason that this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as
He
soon
didn't-
as you guys went to Ponyville, went over to Equestria, you never bothered to come back. Except that one time Dylan did come back to get attacked by Adam.
Yeah,
And
like
then later to save Lucy and Discord.
Right,
At which
but
point you
Vanish
already
needed
knew.
to tell them that that was a problem.
Yeah. Right,
Like,
that's
honestly,
true as well.
it just seems like I don't like Max's tone here. Max is saying like all the more reason to defeat him. Like he's been arguing all this time that they should go back and defeat. Like no,
Yeah,
you
fuck
haven't done shit either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so he then looked to his left to see the large building that towered over the city.
And if you look to your left, you see a large building that towers over the city.
Yes, that
Come
is
on,
where our
guys.
overlord lives. Long may he commit evil.
Come on,
All
guys.
hails.
Let's go pay Celestia's brother a visit. Brother.
I
Yeah,
think
that's her
it was revealed at some point. Yeah, Night Shadow was a decedent of the royal family.
Right, but he wasn't a brother. He was a cousin.
Shrug
I don't
and
remember
smile.
in enough detail.
Shrug emoji.
They're getting closer and closer on the family tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they are royalty.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
They could be cousins and brothers and
I
sisters.
don't, yeah.
And husband and wife, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He said as they all headed towards the government building. As the main 12 reached the building, they then stopped as they all glanced at the entrance and looked all the way up to the top. You see Tom Cruise climbing up the outside.
Aye.
Clayton sighed as he placed his hands on his hip.
Well, fuck. I give
said-
up immediately. I'm going back to Equestria. I don't care.
Equestria was nice. Fuck this place.
It's gonna take us forever to find him. I mean, we'll be looking around the building for days if we go on every single floor.
Twilight then pondered a bit.
I mean,
Why
if
don't you
that's
just
your
like
comment,
try
fine.
using some reasoning? You don't have to check every floor.
That genuinely sounds
Dumbass.
like an excuse.
It
You
really
remember
does.
NES Ghostbusters having to go up the stairs, tapping the buttons? That's what it's going to be like.
I mean,
Oh,
he
no.
literally hasn't even. You haven't even began to investigate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
haven't
So, like,
even-
why don't you do a little investigating and then find out if this is a lost cause?
Like,
Because it
walk
could
in,
be. It
ask
could
the
be a lost
secretary.
cause, but you haven't figured that out yet.
You could have asked Lucy. She would have known where, like, the command room was, because even
Yeah,
if
they
they, like,
could've.
changed it, Lucy was the leader. She knew. She knows this building inside and out.
Yeah, that was her building. She was the chief of it.
She ran that bitch.
Yeah, she ran that bitch.
That's what it said on her desk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
own this bitch.
God.
So yeah, just non-problem. Fluttershy then looked at her. Twilight then pondered a bit.
What?
End of previous.
We skipped a little bit at the end of the previous paragraph, so I backed us up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your line is Twilight, maybe not.
Twilight.
No,
As Twilight, you say maybe not.
I.
Do you want someone else to take some of
that's
your
all.
voices?
No, that's yeah. No, it's just I fuck it, whatever. Maybe not.
Fluttershy then looked at her.
Well, what do you mean?
She asked. Twilight then turned to her friends.
Well, think about it, Fluttershy. There are 12 of us. Think about it, you stupid bitch.
Open up
There
your
are 12
fucking
of us.
mind.
There are 12 of us. Night Shadow could be on any of those floors. So what if we all split up and go on a different floor and try to look for him? Then, if he confronts any of us, we're all fucking screwed.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Especially the
nothing
ones
bad
of us
ever
who
happens if
aren't
you
fighters.
split the party.
Yeah.
Well, the ponies are so small you could actually like open up a one of those vents and just have them climb in through there.
Uh-huh.
Do some vent reconnaissance.
God.
Yeah, so they are going to split up like little babies.
Mhm.
The girls thought about his idea.
What?
It's supposed to be this idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
That could be a good idea, Twilight, Applejack said. But what if we get lost or something?
It's a building. Fuck.
I mean,
Twilight thought about this for a while. Oh my god.
Oh my, yeah, turn the brain on again.
Yeah, they're like, what is that big cloud of smoke rising from the entrance? Oh, everyone's trying to think. Until she then had an idea.
Well, we could use the elements to communicate with in case we get lost, so that way every pony knows where they are.
We're going to use the elements of harmony, which are like magical, like Super Saiyan talismans, as walkie-talkies.
Why don't you, use them to, find the bad guy?
no, they are completely blind of info.
Okay, how about they go into the building and just, ask the front desk?
I have no idea.
I had
why
my
not.
one answer. I don't have any more answers.
Okay, I just feel like
I've never had answers.
it wouldn't be that hard to figure out what floor the person's on.
Yeah.
At least,
Yeah, you just
right?
look-
Even if you don't know their exact location.
I mean, clearly, now that Lucy is, has been removed from her
Yeah, why don't we
position,
ask
clearly, no, my point is clearly current, chief of building is in fact Night Shadow. Therefore,
Right.
you just look for the floor that contains the chief of the building.
Right, or just ask the previous chief of the building where the office is.
Yeah.
Does Cubic Gear think Night Shadow completely redid this building and turned it into a big ass base or something? It's just a fucking skyscraper.
Yeah, it's
I
hollowed
guess.
out and then completely reconfigured.
God.
It's like a
The
green-
inside,
okay.
the inside is now more akin to I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to get so angry that we're not
Yeah.
goofing
Mhm.
anymore.
That GIF is also amazing, by the way. I never will get over how easily babies just puke, just casually.
Yeah.
Even if you're just passed out drunk, you don't puke that casually. Babies are just
living the
bleh.
dream.
It's an astounding talent, that we
Yeah.
all lose. Baby Geniuses was a documentary. Um,
All right. So it's my line, Rainbow Dash's line. So, you think that will work?
Rainbow Dash asked. Twilight nodded at her.
I think so. After all, it's worth a shot.
Max
Trying
nodded.
is worth a shot.
Enough planning.
They'll enter
Action,
eventually. Yeah.
action. Max nodded.
Okay, guys, I vote that we split up.
No.
We split up and look around different floors. This is what she was just saying.
Yeah.
We know, Max. Why are you voting for this?
Max then bit his thumb as he thought.
Okay, so this is not a vote anymore. Now you're just assigning rules. Okay, Jack, you and Pinkie Pie.
Jack, you, man.
Yeah.
Max stopped talking as he saw Pinkie Pie pull out a cannon as she and Jack got inside of it.
What?
She's gonna launch them.
She's actually going to be in character Pinkie Pie and do something cartoony.
But this is in the real world.
But she's
Yeah,
Pinkie
I
Pie.
don't know. Yeah.
She's a cartoon.
But Jack is not.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Jack.
All right, so basically, imagine
for
Jack,
Jack
is
and
Bob
hope that he
Hoskins,
survives.
and she is Roger Rabbit.
Okay. See, there you go.
Yeah. You ever played Sea of Thieves? I don't know.
No.
You ever played
Yeah.
Sea of Roger Rabbit?
So yeah, way ahead of ya, Max. And then way ahead of you, Max. That was me. That was Jack and Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
I just like that Jack and Pinkie Pie said in unison as the cannon shot them out as they went up to the 45th floor. The rest of the group just blinked as they tried to figure out what just happened. That's a sentence that's great for the rest of this story.
Yeah. That'll be a sentence you can copy and paste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where he said, Sam then scratched his head as he looked at the group. All right then, so, Sam said, what do you want Applejack and me to do? He asked. Max then broke out of his train of thought as he looked back at the group.
Huh? Oh, right. Sam and Applejack, you guys go and take the stairs.
Sam then started
Walk up
twitching.
the stairs.
Dude, Sam's about to fucking go. He's about to show a little bit of his angry side.
Huh.
Sam then started twitching a bit in his right eye, a bit.
Oh.
A double bit.
The stairs? What the fuck, Max? It's like 1,000 stories, man! He said. Max then snickered a bit.
Sorry, bro.
I also love that the plan, like, what do you want us to do? Okay, we're gonna split up by floors. Okay, you guys take the stairs. Like, what the?
Yeah, like what? Do you think they're gonna find Night Shadow in the stairwell? Like everyone
He's
could
just
take
hanging
the
out in the
elevator.
stairwell.
Everyone
Yeah,
just
you
take
drop
the
in
fucking
the
elevator and get off at different points.
Why not just like again? They could go to the front desk, but if they can't go to the front desk, okay, why not just like set some kind of trap for Night Shadow or whoever, right? Like, couldn't you, I don't know, get in trouble with the police, who will then bring you to him, and then you do some kind of cool switcheroo? Like, isn't that a thing that people do in movies and TV and stuff? That would be cool?
Usually, in something like this, you could just assume that the big evil boss man is on the top floor.
Yeah, well,
That's
Fucking
usually
hell.
where he is.
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly how it works, like, you ever play the game Kung Fu? You just gotta go up the stairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just accept their fate, though. Sam rolled his eyes as he and Applejack walked forward in front of the door, as Applejack then turned around and kicked open the door. As the group walked inside, Sam and Applejack then walked over to the stairs as Sam looked at the ceiling. That's odd, he said. No traps, it seems.
he didn't even. Okay, he
He's-
was
I
just
mean,
gonna
he
walk
used-
into the trap.
He
Yeah.
used his insight. He rolled for that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Clayton then grabbed his Yamato katana from his back.
Don't let your guard down, Sam.
He said.
You forget that Night Shadow is in here and he might be watching us at any time.
We might show up on the security cameras.
Honestly, if Sam forgot that Night Shadow was in here, you shouldn't be with the group.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
thought
that's
you were
the
going to say
one
that's
thing.
fair enough.
No, it's the one thing you need to have in mind.
Yeah.
So,
Even if you don't know who you are, you need to know what you're doing.
yeah. Why are we entering this abandoned building that no one is in, guys?
No, you forget
What
Night
is the
Shadow's here.
point? Why are we
That's
here?
why we're here.
Hey, I was trying to find gifts of the Ghostbusters NES game taking the stairs, but instead I just found this guy doing perhaps the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's pretty
That's so cool.
Oh man, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
before. That is
shit.
beautiful.
That's masterful. Holy shit.
If you could watch one GIF for the rest of your life.
This
So-
one. I love how he ends it with the
That's good.
pose, and then the little
Oh.
flourish as she starts walking again.
If
That's
I did
so
that,
good.
I would eat so much shit. I would fall
Yeah,
down.
I would.
immediately.
My jaw would be shattered.
God damn.
Okay.
So yeah, no traps, it seems. Don't let your guard down, Sam. Sam nodded at him. We'll let you know if we find anything. Oh, that's Applejack. We'll let you know if we find anything. In the stairs, Applejack said. The two then ran up the stairs, leaving only Max, Twilight, Corey, Rarity, Dylan, Fluttershy, Clayton, and Rainbow Dash left.
That's
Only.
Leaving only most of the people.
yeah, that's more
left.
people in the group than have departed so far.
Yeah.
Rarity then placed her hoof on her chin.
I think we should work together.
She said.
I
Rainbow Dash
agree.
agreed with her.
Why did you
The
say this
fuck?
after a bunch of people left?
Good idea. Good idea. I forgot. I either forgot or never realized how bad this chapter was.
Like a fucking Three Stooges, like
Yeah.
like planning.
Good idea.
She said.
So where should we go?
Where are we going?
This all could have been summarized in like just a single sentence, like they searched.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the phone call again.
Yeah,
This is the phone
You
call
don't.
again.
You don't need to put so much fucking filler in when you're like 180,000 words into your story.
yeah, like
Dylan then glanced over to see an elevator next to the stairs.
we can take the elevator, guys.
He said.
Good idea.
Max said. The eight then walked over to the elevator as it then suddenly opened for them.
Ah!
Clayton then raised his one eyebrow.
That's weird.
That could
No,
be a
it's
look,
not.
shaving off just one eyebrow, huh?
Yeah.
He said. Max then looked at him and nodded.
I know, right? Looks like Night Shadow knows we're here. We better be careful.
Better be
Oh,
careful.
gotta be careful, guys. Gotta
Full
be
of cars.
careful. Beware
all
the
been-
cars in the elevator.
They all then walked inside as the elevator then closed behind them as it started up. As
God,
the main
8
12,
people in the fucking elevator.
yeah. As the main 12 were all over the place, Night Shadow was looking at them through
What
multiple
do you mean
screens as
all
he was
over
gritting
the
his
place?
teeth.
They split into 3 groups.
But overall, they're all over the place. I don't know.
Yeah.
They are all
I mean,
over the
real-
place. They can't form a plan where shit.
Hey, Connor, you're correct. I'm sorry. I'm the idiot. I'm sorry.
I thought Max was being an asshole when he told Sam and Applejack to take the stairs, but it sounds like they genuinely didn't know there'd be an elevator until after that happened.
It's like 1,000 floors, and Sam seemed to know that there would be.
No.
There's
All
an
right.
epic battle next chapter. Come on.
So he then gripped his seat as he then made his horn come from his head. Oh, obscene. As he made it start
Yeah.
glowing red.
Oh no! Oh no! It's bleeding because it came through like it stabbed out of his skin.
Badass.
the
awesome.
That is pretty badass, actually.
Time to start playing unfair.
He said as he looked at the elevator on the monitor. As the 8 members were riding in the elevator as they were making their way to the 50th floor, they then felt the elevator stop on the 30th floor. Everyone then looked at
Hold
the
on,
numbers.
real quick. They're going to the 50th floor, arbitrarily chosen. I assume that's near the top, but that's like that's 5 floors away from where Pinkie Pie launched herself to.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
So-
a good guess.
Why did she?
Don't
So
think about it.
stupid.
Everyone then looked at the numbers and saw that they had stopped.
What the?
Max said.
Why aren't we moving?
Because you stopped.
Dylan then clicked on the buttons a few times, hoping for a response to happen. They waited a few minutes and nothing happened.
Odd.
Odd, he said. Suddenly the doors then opened up, showing a brown door.
What?
The elevator doors opened to a door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey guys. Well, this is weird.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, can
Or
you
he
read your
said-
line?
I will now read my line. Well, this is weird.
dude, that Spider-Man elevator scene never gets old.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'll go check it out.
Dylan said. As soon as Dylan then walked out, he then heard the elevator doors then close.
Then.
Then.
And no one can do anything about it.
Hey, what is that from, CKD? It looks super familiar. But
That's
Mystery
from
Science
MST
Theater.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from what?
Mystery
MST
Science.
3.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. I never actually watched much Mystery Science Theater, but I recognize that. Yeah.
Okay, I've been trying to think of a better way to say this, but I can't. So, like, okay, they're all talking about traps and concerned and shit. If the elevator doors opened up for you without you pressing anything, that would be, like, the most suspicious thing. Why did they get in?
Well, see,
Like
here's
go
the
into
thing.
the brown door?
Well, you see, here's the thing. You think that the trap is, getting off the elevator on that floor, but the actual trap is he knows you'll think that. You'll stay on the elevator, and then the elevator plummets and you die.
Well, no, I think that's what Connor's saying. Like, the fact that they got on the elevator at all
Yeah.
is itself the trap.
So, okay. Dylan's
Yeah.
out on
Well,
the
you see, if
34th.
you're aware of the trap, you can't fall in it, of course.
That's true. That is true.
That is how that works.
So Fluttershy yells Dylan.
Dylan!
Fluttershy yelled. Dylan then turned around as he then ran over to the doors, hoping to catch them.
Fluttershy!
Hush, mumble, he said as he reached his hand out to grab the doors. As soon as he reached the doors, they had closed. Dylan stopped as he then pressed the elevator button over and over.
No one in the elevator did anything.
Correct, they all watched.
He said
Come on!
He said as he kept pressing the button. As he kept pressing, he then stopped as he then heard something behind the doors.
As he kept pressing, he then stopped. He's just...
Oh, beautiful.
That is some Schrodinger's cat right there.
Yeah.
The button is simultaneously pressed and unpressed.
Yeah, it's a half a button press.
Uh-huh.
Dylan then turned around and walked over to the doors as he then placed his hands on the doors and opened them to see a large cathedral.
What?
Oh my gosh. Basilica-themed room with an all-white palette with stained glass windows.
What?
Did you bust out your little thesaurus here, buddy?
Cathedral basilica themed room with
He
an
just
all
pulled
white...
out like the HarperCollins Illustrated Encyclopedia of Architecture.
I'm just trying to, like, how do they fit this into a skyscraper? What is this?
Very careful.
It's the architect's room from the
Yeah.
Matrix.
I guess, yeah.
Dylan walked inside the large room as he glanced at the windows to see them all showing images of Night Shadow. Actually, it is. Straight up. From Matrix Reloaded.
Fuck.
Okay. What the hell?
He said.
Beautiful, isn't it?
A voice said. Dylan then turned his head around to see a man walk out of the
Just his
shadow.
head. He's an owl now.
From the altar reliving.
Oh my god.
Dude, the altar reliving.
This is such a good band name, yeah.
It's so good. That it was none other than his, opening up for like fucking, and you will know us by the Trail of Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That it was none other than his father Adam, wearing all black clothes and a red trench coat.
So not all black.
In fact, mostly red.
Trench coats aren't clothes.
Oh,
Right.
Well, and somewhere you can hear the ghost of Matt going, dressed in all black.
Like,
Yeah.
back in the blood.
Yeah.
Dylan then balled up his fist as he then gritted his teeth.
You!
Chapter end notes.
Okay. Now, to all you Dylan fans out there, I think you all have been waiting for this one.
Oh, you
Now,
Dylan fans.
I did read a comment that I got from Blade on how one person described how much he hates Dylan's father.
What?
And to be honest, I never thought that he would be the most hateable character. Sorry, hateable
Really?
character. Charter.
Oh, Jesus
sorry.
Christ.
I can't fucking read. The most hateable charter in this story. So now I'll ask all you Dylan fans. I would like to see your comments to how much you hate Adam and all the reasons why you all hate him. I really would love to hear them, and I would like you all to write what you would do to Dylan's father if you had the chance.
Wow.
Write
What?
this in a
Kinda
way
fucked
so
up.
I can just copy your comment and paste it as part of the fucking next chapter. What?
Oh.
Who does
Also,
he
I'm,
think?
I'm amazed.
Who does he
Yeah,
think is the
never
most
thought.
hated character?
Yeah, who
Yeah,
does he
like,
think
I'm
is the most
really-
hateable character
Like,
here?
okay,
Like,
we have our own reasons for disliking basically all the characters, but like, what redeeming factors are there for Adam that he
literally
thinks?
none.
Like, does he? What?
He loves his
genuinely? That's
His
not
evil,
Adam-
abusive wife.
Like Adam has been the most violent on screen, or like being shown what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, the other villains have been either total jackasses or not effective at all, or both. So, like, what has he been doing that would make anyone more hateable than Adam? Like,
Yeah.
Also, CKD points out he was, in fact, also going to attempt
yeah.
sexual assault of Fluttershy. So, that wife love, shrug,
It's
question
so
mark,
weird. It's so weird that, yeah.
that he didn't think that Adam would be the most hateable character in this.
Uh,
Anyway, rest of the chapter notes. Well, next time I will post up the fight you Dylan fan boys and girls have all been wanting so badly.
yes.
Latters, God, is it me or does the way he talks about quote unquote Dylan fans, is it just me or does it come off like incredibly condescending?
I think it came off as more a little egotistical. He's like, "Oh yes, you legions of fans of my wonderful story."
Yeah,
that too.
It comes
that
off
too.
so confusing. Like, how
Yes.
many reviews or whatever has QB Gear been getting to have like reviews be about certain characters or whatever? Not saying
Dylan
those
fandom?
exist. I think he's inventing this whole thing, but
Yeah, the Dylan. Have you ever been to the Dylan wiki for Fate? It's called the Dylan wiki because he's just so beloved.
Dylan.fandom.wiki, yeah.
Dylan
Yeah.
is truly the runaway character here.
Yeah, like everyone ships himself with Dylan. It's so you'd call it cliche, but
Okay.
everyone does it. It's like breathing air.
So
Mhm.
we need to read one more chapter today.
We do.
Oh.
Author's chapter notes.
I know sorry.
Oh, I gotta get the song.
All right. Well, author's chapters note for chapter 55. Hey, every pony, how are you all?
Doing
Not a
good.
question. Well, I hope you like this chapter, and I'm sorry about this long wait. My aunt passed away, and I haven't really been in the best of moods, but I hope that you all like this chapter. Also, a special shout out to my pal Narurian on Skype for helping me out with choosing a song for this fight. Thanks a lot, buddy. And then the song is Tear Flames of the Free. I will now be getting the last 3 chapters on the way, and I hope that you all can be patient for the last 3. Enjoy!
I just
Well,
love
that,
the song. I'm gonna loop it in the background.
Yeah,
That's the most awkward, like authors. My aunt died, and also here's the song that I got from a guy on Skype.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, QB Gear's aunt. I think could we all just take a moment to say something nice about her?
About this person we don't know
Yeah.
and know nothing about.
I mean, I'm sure she was a nice lady
Yeah.
to some people. Probably.
Let's just move on, I guess.
I can't listen to this song because I'm, recording audio.
Yeah.
But someone tell me if
But I
it's
have linked
suitably
it-
epic,
Oh, it's badass. I love this song.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool song.
So, all right. Chapter 55,
Yes, I'll also
Sins
just
of the
turn it
Father,
on.
a.k.a. One More Family Reunion.
Actually, I'm gonna hold off on playing the song until we get to the
Sure,
fight
yeah.
actually starting, like baking up. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Adam slowly walked forward.
God, we're really just starting where we left off last time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well. I never thought that I would see your face again.
He said,
Dylan.
Bob.
You thought wrong. Besides, you should have made sure that I was dead.
"Well, you sneaked away." Adam then stopped as he was a few feet away from his son.
Well then, maybe this can be my second chance to kill you for good.
He said. Dylan only shook his head.
You don't hold back how you feel, do you?
A real open book, huh? he said. Adam smiled.
Not when it comes to killing the person that I hate.
You son of a bitch.
Watch it. I'm not your...
Not what?
Well, I won't be your father after this is all said and done.
I'm officially divorcing you.
That's not how that works. Okay, sure.
Dylan then placed his hands on his hips.
You were never my father to begin with.
He said.
But now I get my second chance to kill you for what you did to me.
You had the perfect chance, but you didn't.
I don't know.
Yeah. Adam then started to laugh.
And what could you possibly gain from killing your old man?
What?
Man,
What?
Exclamation mark. Quick.
Wait, why is he even asking this?
what could
I
you
mean,
have to gain from killing the person who wants to kill you?
Self-defense. I don't... What do you want me
All
to
this
say?
dialogue is bad. This
Surviving.
dialogue fucking sucks.
It's real bad. Dylan then looked at his left arm as he glanced at the wedding ring on his finger. Different arm, different finger.
I would gain so much from killing you. I would be able to put my hatred for you aside and move on with my life. But it looks like that I've already did that. But that won't stop me from being better than you. I would be a better husband than you and a better father than you.
I'd be a better husband to my mother and a better father to myself.
Yeah.
He said. Adam then raised his eyebrow at him.
So you went against my wishes and married that little fucking thing.
What do you care about your wishes? You want each other fucking dead.
Yeah, what?
Don't you hate family drama, you know? You're just trying to eat a Baconator and there's shit going down at Wendy's and it's like, please, just calm down, everyone. I just
After
wanna
all
finish
of
I
this,
get it. You want to kill him, he wants to kill you. Ugh.
After all
Get
this, I'm
over
willing
it.
to reconcile if you divorce that horse and meet a nice human
That
girl.
sounds like a great game show. Divorce that
Horse.
horse.
Yeah.
Divorce that horse.
Divorce that horse.
Wilbur.
Gorsh.
Yeah. So Dylan then balled up his fists.
Told you not to call my wife a thing, jackass.
He snapped. Adam only cracked his neck as he then crossed his arms.
Well then, how about we drop this petty snipping and get on with what we really came here for?
Let us
He said.
stop with the banter.
What a rip.
Yeah. Dylan then started to smile.
With pleasure.
Adam then raised his hand as he then took off his red trench coat, reviling his new prosthetic arms and legs. Dylan could only raise his eyebrow at him.
Oh my god, he actually fucked.
Yeah,
He
so he has
actually-
his limbs back.
So, you have automail prosthetics, huh?
I meant more so he actually just straight up calls it
Calls it all
automail.
mail. And also, prosthetics is capitalized because he clearly had to look it up in, like, you know, the dictionary, like an online
he-
dictionary, and copied and pasted it from
Here's the thing. There are a lot of words that he misspells, but this is the first one he thought maybe he might misspell.
It's
Yeah,
not
so
an
he was
easy
like-
word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is the first time he thought to himself, I
To
should
look it up.
check. I should check.
I should make sure that I spell
That's what I'm
this
saying.
correctly.
Yeah, there are lots of words that he misspelled, and he confidently just typed them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky it wasn't like that. Prosthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam then clenched his fist as his arm shined.
You like it?
Fucking Beetlejuice. Dylan only smirked.
Could be better.
Wow.
Well, they're much better than my old limbs. And besides, with these I'll gut you and your friends into pieces.
Gut you into pieces.
Okay.
I'll crush you into
I'll
ashes.
slice you into goo, crush you into ashes. Yeah,
Gut
better
you
step
into
back,
pieces.
bitch.
Step back, fish.
Yeah. Dylan then shook his head at him.
Jeez, you're all talk.
He said,
He almost killed you before.
Just because you now have full metal prosthetics, you think you can take on anyone, don't you?
"Back off, I'll take you on."
Okay.
Adam then crossed his arms.
Well, it's true after all. Besides, I can now rip off that other arm of yours.
Dylan then walked up to him and stopped just a few inches away from his face.
Well then, how about we test your newfound strength?
I'm glad you asked.
And
I
this
guess-
is the moment to turn the music on. If you haven't already, turn your music on. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go. Adam then grabbed his son by the neck as he started to choke him.
Ah, you know, you're really stupid for walking right up to your enemy.
Yeah.
He said,
But I guess you wanted to make it easy for me to kill you.
Hopefully.
Dylan then placed his right hand onto his father's wrist as tightly as he could. He
Holy
placed it
shit.
tightly.
He's about to
Blazing
fucking
himself.
destroy his dad here. You know something,
Dude, I wish
Dad?
Adam looked like that
Wait.
Shadow Dragon.
Let's hear this.
I love that guy.
What?
Dylan smiled.
You're the one who's stupid.
Oh
Dumb
my
idiot.
god!
You dummy
Oh.
dumb.
Oh,
He said, "You're
shit.
stupid," and then Dylan said, "No, you."
No,
Uno reverse card.
Oh. He then started to crush his father's automail wrist as hard as he could. As he felt his grip weaken, Adam quickly released his son as he held onto his arm.
Oh my god. What? How is that possible?
Dylan then rubbed his neck a bit as he then glared at his father.
It's simple, really. Your automail prosthetics are not as durable as mine.
Oh my god.
This got Adam's attention. This is actually a real anime fight because they like clash and then they talk for like 10 minutes and then they fight again.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
This happens so much in anime.
This fucking.
Let me now He did a move. Let me explain in detail what this move does.
Not only that, they're specifically talking about the differences between their robotic limbs and how one's better than the other.
Oh my
Like,
god.
woo! It's like an advertisement. Okay, so what the hell do you mean? These limbs are one of a kind. There's no way in hell you could have the same prosthetics as me.
He doesn't. They're better. Dylan then smiled at him as he raised up his right sleeve.
Ugh. Prosthetic, to be exact.
What? He
Only
said.
the one, unlike you, because you got fucked up.
No. Yeah, so he said.
I'm sorry, I'm seeing all these Uno reverse cards in the
Yeah, they're
chat.
very good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop looking. After you took my right arm, I had to get a new one. And let me tell you, I'm far superior than you.
Not
at
speak
English, you're not.
English. Adam moved his
How
wrist
me a
a bit.
dog speak English?
Yeah.
Adam moved his wrist a bit to see if it was still in working order. He's
My god. Well then. He
Oh
said,
my god, his line here is
yeah,
so stupid.
well then, you may be superior when it comes to a prosthetic, but you're not superior when it comes to getting your ass kicked by me!
what?
But don't
What?
you want him to be superior
A
at that?
I want him
Get
to
a
be
task
better
it.
at getting his ass kicked.
A tisket, a tasket, you can get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Worse than them little Limp Bizkit bastards. And Moby? You can get stomped by Obi.
Yeah.
Adam
Oh my
then tackled
God.
Dylan to the floor as he then raised up his left hand and started to beat him across the face.
I'm gonna make you pay for what you did to your mother, boy!
He shouted as he kept beating him as Dylan felt every single blow of his father's fist. He then caught one of Adam's hands as he then squeezed tightly on it.
One of
Adam
Adam's
tried to move
hands.
his hand out of his son's grip, but it was no use. He then pulled out one of his handguns and shot
Are
him
you
in the
saying-
waist.
are you
Wow.
saying?
It's
Yes.
no use. He then pulled out one of his handguns and shot him in the waist, forcing him to let go.
Cool.
Ah.
Son of a bitch.
Dylan said as he held onto his waist in pain. Adam got to his feet as he looked at his left hand to see it, some of the wires and gears appear, and 2 of his metal fingers bent. Gears?
Gears.
To cut off chat before the impasse, if anyone doesn't remember, gun bullet injuries like don't mean anything in this universe.
I mean, literally nothing. Yeah.
Like it's like minor scratches.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
shot in the waist is akin to being shoved.
Yeah. Like Shigure says, it's a mild inconvenience.
Right. I love that he caught one of Adam's hands. Like Adam turned into like summoned like multiple arms or whatever and was punching him. Okay, sorry. Adam only smirked. Heh, you know I'm impressed. I never thought that you would.
He was cut off as he felt a blow to his stomach.
Shut the fuck up already.
You're
Dylan said,
both... Dylan, you don't get to do a holier than thou on this, man.
yeah, all you do is talk. Dylan said as he then glanced to see the handgun out of his father's grip as he then picked it up. As Adam felt his breath return to him, he then looked to see the barrel of his own handgun aimed at his face.
Breathe with me.
Breathe your life into me.
Yeah. So, you're gonna end it just like that, huh?
A little anticlimactic, don't you think? He said.
Dylan.
Can you hear me?
Paragraph. Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
Sorry, yeah, my mic got unplugged. Okay. Of course. Besides, this has gone on long enough. It really has.
Yeah, before Dylan could pull the trigger, his father then drop kicked, and that happens way too often in the story.
You can't just go from a standing position to a drop kick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I guess they all also have instant transmission, but
Yeah.
only for drop kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have instant
Dylan, you have
emission.
the slowest reflexes ever.
His father then drop kicked him, making the gun fall out of his grip. Adam then grabbed the gun as he then aimed it at him. He then pulled the trigger, but it didn't move.
The gun didn't move.
Yeah.
A wooden gun,
What?
he said as he tried to make the trigger move. Wrapped both hands around it.
Yeah. Hand
Pulled
wrapped
real
around
hard.
Trigger of a gun for just one more time.
Or just one more time. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh.
I mean, Q is so fucking cool.
Oh, hell yeah, that cat, though.
That's also. Whoa, yeah, the cat, seriously.
Like backflip kick, yeah.
Backflip, nice.
Just, and then I like how the dude moves back. Like, you expect to see, like, if you pan the camera where he flew through the wall or something.
Yeah, you just see a man-shaped hole in the wall.
Yeah. So this gave Dylan enough time to attack as he got to his feet and slammed at Adam's chest as he rammed him into the altar, misspelled, breaking it. Dylan got up from the broken altar as he looked at his father to see him knocked out cold. He then turned around and sighed. He suddenly then heard a voice coming from his element of harmony that was around his neck.
Oh. That was
Dylan?
very sudden, sorry.
I guess the song can be turned off again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just mute the song. Dylan?
It was Fluttershy.
Fluttershy? Dylan! Oh, thanks, Celestia, you're okay. Yeah, I'm alright, sweetheart, but don't worry, I'm coming up there as soon as possible.
I'm alright, but don't worry. As soon as he finished talking with Fluttershy, he then felt something wrap around his neck tightly, making him lose oxygen.
Oh,
And the song gets on again?
Yeah.
Alright, cool, yeah.
You're not going anywhere.
Adam said as he was bleeding from his head. He then started to squeeze his grip around Dylan's neck tighter and tighter.
Now, one,
Not
not three, I'm gonna fix my mistake.
Adam said.
A mistake that I should have gotten rid of long ago.
Dylan
I feel
struggled
like
to
he
get out of
already
his...
went through this whole spiel.
Yeah.
You're just repeating yourself at this point, man. Dylan struggled to get out of his father's hold until he then remembered that he had his windmill shuriken on him. Then moved his left hand to his hip as he got his weapon, as he then stabbed into his father's leg, causing him to let go. Dylan then grabbed his windmill shuriken out of his father's leg as he opened it up.
Now,
Dylan said as he then grabbed his father by his shirt and threw him across the room, hitting a wall.
Damn.
As Adam got to his knees, he then looked to see Dylan walk slowly toward him.
well,
He said,
I truly am amazed by how long.
I think this is Adam.
Yeah, I think this is Adam.
So, well, I truly am amazed by how long you're lasting in this fight.
Dylan stopped halfway as he then sighed. Or no, I think that... Yeah, maybe it is Adam. I don't know.
You know, I thought that you would be.
I think the whole thing was
This
going.
one's definitely. Yeah, who
Adam
cares?
responds to
You know, I
this.
thought that you would be more of a challenge, but all I see is a weak-minded asshole.
An entire
Whoa.
ass.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He is an entire ass.
Yeah, a straight-up Kanye right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam smiled at him.
Oh, so you wanna all out, huh, boy?
What?
Hey, do you want an all-out, huh?
You want it all out, huh, boy?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Adam
Do
then
you
got into
want
a
one?
sumo stance.
Oh, dude.
He's gonna sumo the shit out of him.
Well then, come on and show me that you can kill your old man.
Dylan raised his arm as he was about to throw his windmill shuriken at him.
Finishing Mo.
Stop!
Dylan looked at him as Adam wagged his finger at him.
Being all Sonic.
What?
No special attacks and no weapons.
What the fuck are special attacks? Like I know in a video game.
Like
I
the
know in
finishing
video
move he
games
was
you've
about to
got
do.
Special attacks.
He was about to use meter, and
Yeah.
Adam's
Okay,
like, no,
great.
we're gonna finish this in neutral.
No items, proper
Proper
only,
neutral.
final destination.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Those are both video game things. I'm saying they are not in a video game.
They
what
are
the
now.
fuck is he talking?
They are now.
Okay.
They're in a world that is like a video game.
Okay.
They're in the fantasy
world.
of
Yeah.
a teenager. Therefore,
He said as he then pulled out his other handgun and dropped it on the floor.
You've got all those moves where you yell them out as you do them. That's some weird shit. Come on, just punch me like normal.
Yeah.
Basically, I think.
no finishing move bullshit.
That and
just
also,
punch me.
you'll definitely kill me if you use your windmill shuriken, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to turn this around. So, if we're gonna settle this, then we're gonna settle this with our fists.
My metal fists.
Okay.
Her fake metal fist, yeah.
Yeah,
Dylan
no
nodded
weapons.
at him.
Fine with me.
I guess. I mean, if you really want to.
Yeah.
He then threw his shuriken at the floor as he then cracked his left knuckles as he then got into a Thai boxing stance.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, sumo versus Thai boxing.
This is an MMA thing now. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dylan yelled. Adam nodded.
all right then.
All right.
Adam then ran at Dylan with full speed as he pulled his right arm back as he then swung his fist at him. Dylan dogged it
Oh.
as he then threw a few blows at his father's face
Oh my god.
as he then did a round house kick into his neck, knocking him to the ground.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
As Adam stood up, he then moved his tongue a bit in his mouth as he then spat out a tooth and some blood. He then turned to Dylan as he then came at him again as he swung his fist at him over and over again. Just pull up one of the fight scenes from Thunder Prince if you need a visual reference.
Yeah.
Card in the corner. He kept swinging and swinging at him over and over, but none of his hits were connecting as he just kept dogging them. He then hatched an idea as he glanced at his arm and pulled out some of the small gears and held them in his fist. Yeah.
Weird.
He then stopped moving as Dylan was still in his fighting stance, moving left and right a little bit. He was
A little
bobbing,
bit.
he was weaving.
Why did you stop? Giving up already? We're just having
Yes.
a jovial bout.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
spar.
I mean, they're friends, you
This
know, if you
is-
think about it. They really are just best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father and son. Best friends.
No gifts for Joseph Lie.
Yeah, of course.
I
How
mean,
sad. He asked him. Adam simply smiled at him.
Not yet.
He said. Dylan took this opportunity to attack as he ran at him, as he then raised up his arms, getting ready to knock him out. Adam then smirked as he threw the small gears at his son's face, stunning him.
What?
What?
Pocket
Wow.
gears.
pocket gears.
Pocket gears.
It's-
Not even pocket sand where it's small enough you can't really avoid it. They're gears.
Yeah.
And like
Throws a handful
he's
of
been
gears.
punched in the face and that didn't stun him, but like
Wait,
gears in
hold
the
on.
face, he's just fucked up.
Adam
Hold on.
smirked as he pulled the ripcord
these-
and launched a Beyblade
Yeah.
right into his son's face.
Are these the gears that were in his like
In his
fucked
hand,
up
yeah.
broken hand? Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yes. He glanced at his arm and pulled out some of the small gears and held them in his fist.
That's like if I yank a bunch of bones out of
So-
my hand and toss them at you.
Yeah, so either the gears were already detached, but somehow stayed in there, or he just broke some of his own machinery to do this one weird pocket gears toss at his son. Fucking bad.
Good.
Well, yeah, so
Awful.
fucking bad.
Okay. So Dylan says, "Hey, that's cheating."
Hey, that's cheating!
He said.
I know.
Couldn't have stunned
What
you
a
that bad.
badass!
Adam then started to connect his fist in at Dylan's chest, weird, making him fall to his knees in pain. Adam smiled as he kicked his son in the face. He then picked him up and threw him at the wall.
Connect his fists.
Cool.
Into Dylan's chest.
Hey, I'm just placing my hands on your face very, very aggressively.
Right.
If that
I'm not
hurts
hitting
you,
you.
that's just because you're a little bitch.
Yeah.
So as Dylan coughed up some of his blood, he then looked to see his father
Just
coming
an
at him full
amount.
speed.
Glad it wasn't
Uh,
all of his blood.
Dylan
Yeah.
gritted his teeth as he ran at him, as their fists both collided with one another. Oh, super cool.
Yeah.
Causing a small but strong shockwave.
Oh,
dude.
strong.
Oh, dude, are they doing like a beam struggle but with their fists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two then locked horns as they were both glaring at each other.
They have horns now?
I think it's an expression.
No, I believe they have actual horns
Okay.
now.
Hard to tell.
Someone better update that drawing of Dylan, and Fluttershy at the altar, but Dylan has horns now. You will die here.
Adam said.
You have no chance of whining against me.
I'm a much better connoisseur of wine.
Quit
I will
winning.
drink all the vintages.
Quit
Dude,
winning.
that gif is fucking sweet. The double falcon punch.
Yeah.
Very good.
The computer just fucking explodes.
So good.
Dylan then felt his hands starting to squeeze down on his hands. Dylan winced
Whoa.
in pain.
His father's hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, fellas. Sorry, is this the double hand squeeze?
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
He said no
On-
finishing moves.
Not just that, but on the hand
Adam,
itself.
You
He
cheater.
Yeah.
really is cheating.
Yeah,
What a
Dylan-
fucking cheater. That
Dylan-
move is not tournament legal.
yeah.
The
Dylan
double
winced in
hand
pain as he
squeeze.
felt his arms give way a bit as his father was towering over him. But Dylan was strong and he wasn't about to let his father win. Adam then whispered to him.
It's over.
Dylan looked up at him.
You want to bet?
Dylan then pushed his father back as he then used every bit of his strength. Okay?
Impossible.
I
Adam
cannot.
said,
Nani?
Nani? Dylan then grinned at him.
You got that right. Just who the hey do you think I am?
Fuck you.
Oh, man.
Fuck
Dylan-
off.
I
Dylan
forgot
then
where
used-
I was.
Dylan then used all of his energy as he then started to rip his father's automail prosthetics from his body. Adam was shocked by this. He couldn't believe that his own son would be able to rip off his own arms.
No way.
Whoa.
You? How did you?
He was cut from his sentence as he felt his son smack him in the face with his own arms.
What?
Not tough one on the receiving end, is it?
Stop hitting
What?
us.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Yeah. This actually is like a super anime thing that you'd see, and this is Fist
It
of the North
is,
Star.
though. It
Yeah.
actually is.
Like it's that level of violence. He actually achieved it.
Yeah.
Dylan said he smacked his father for over 10 times before his father fell to the ground, completely covered in scars, bruises, and blood.
Over 10
4
times.
over
Damn, he
10.
already scarred over.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fast.
Dylan then stood over his father's body as he then looked at his automail legs as he then stomped on it, breaking one of them. Adam
Not
looked at his
that
son.
good.
Not the legs. Yeah, they were like made
Yeah.
of glass. So,
He said.
looks like you won after all.
And then
Well,
everyone hold on to something
Oh,
that's
no.
firmly rooted to the ground.
No.
Dylan then
Fuck.
placed his right foot over his father's groin and stomped on it as hard as he could.
nice.
That's just.
He then used the back of his heel, moved it a bit, causing his father to grit his teeth in tremendous pain. Yes, he ball busts his dad to death.
that's a
What the fuck?
What a technique!
What a guy.
Ball
there's
bust.
some real vibes coming
Our,
off.
our
story.
hero, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
He killed his dad with cock and ball.
little bit of cock and ball torture.
Well, I got a quarter
Dad,
again.
it's time for your 4 a.m. ball
let's,
destruction.
let's fucking drag and kick
Yeah,
your ass
son.
into the Milky Way. Don't tell me you don't like my ball buster.
Ball buster.
Uh,
Yeah, so,
Agony. He killed his dad with cock and ball.
I think the author maybe revealed his youth here, because I think if he was older, he'd realize how fucking creepy that is.
Hey, Sonic, what are your thoughts on this?
That's no good.
It's
Hey, Sonic,
amazing. What do you
What
want
are your
about?
thoughts on this? Ow, my balls.
That's bad.
oh my god.
Yeah, so you bet you weren't expecting that when you joined the Fate stream today.
Oh no.
Somebody
Oh, no.
earlier
Oh,
asked
no.
if he cut off his dick, and I was gonna make a joke about replacing it with a robot dick, but I'm glad I
Hey.
didn't, because this is so good.
Hey, Shadow, what are your feelings on this?
Damn.
All right. So,
So, yeah,
Damn.
Kiwiger is allegedly 22. He's actually 12.
Yeah.
he, was,
Oh,
he was
God.
lying. Because he said he
I
was
get-
in school when he wrote this, so.
Okay, the song
Yeah,
is winding
grad
down
school.
on my end, so I'm
Yeah,
stopping
grad
it.
school.
That's perfect. Holy shit.
right.
Yeah,
Oh
So,
my god.
damn you.
he
I
said,
needed those.
hey, Connor, could you do that in a higher pitch?
Damn you.
He said. Dylan then kneeled down and traced his right hand on his father's chest as he then stopped at his beating heart.
Oh, that's weirdly
Oh.
sensual.
Yeah.
After that CBT.
Mhm.
Oompa,
Your
loompa,
life-
CBT.
Your
Oh,
life
no.
ends here.
He said. Adam then started to smile at him.
Whatever. So you finally got to get back at me after all these years.
Dylan then looked at him, closed his eyes. Let's go.
True. But hey, look on the bright side.
What?
Dylan then easier his right hand as he then impaled it right into his father's chest. Adam's
Huh?
eyes went wide as Dylan then pulled out his still beating heart. What is the chant from Temple of Doom, Bob? I always forget, but you know.
Kalima Shakti
Shakti
Day.
Day.
At least you won't be in my life anymore.
Adam coughed up a large amount of blood as he felt his vision blur.
Yay.
He's only feeling his vision blurred.
Yay. Good riddance.
I hope you have the time of your life. He said as he closed his eyes. Dylan then stood up as he looked at his father's heart as it was still beating. He then held it tightly and crushed it.
Whoa.
Dylan
Wow.
then sighed as he then heard his cousin on his element of harmony.
Oh, damn, my phone's ringing.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah, bro?
Hey, we're all here on the 49th floor. We're about to go up the final floor. You better get up here ASAP.
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
I was just ball busting my dad. Give me a second. Dylan picked up his windmill
God.
shuriken in his father's red trench coat as he placed his weapon at his side and started to put on the coat.
You
Oh.
see, he defeated his dad, so now he becomes his dad.
Holy shit.
His dad was evil. You know?
God.
Okay. I'll be... Yeah, started to put on the coat.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about him killing his dad with CBT.
Yeah, no, that I will not be.
I'll
over
be
that
on
for a
my
while.
way.
No. He said. Dylan then looked at his father's body as he walked over to it and picked it up. He then sighed as he then threw his father's lifeless body out one of the stained glass windows. He then walked over to the broken glass window to see it falling 30 stories to the ground below.
Oh.
God, you.
I'm gonna kill you to
Okay.
death, and then I will dye your deathly corpse.
And I will defenestrate your corpse.
Yeah, nobody's down on the ground who could get hurt from that.
Yeah.
No,
Dylan smiled a tiny bit.
just a small amount.
One
Just
small
like
smile.
you said.
One small.
It's just like you said. Good riddance.
He then snapped his fingers as a warp gate opened as he walked into it to meet up with his friends so that they could prepare for their final fight.
Oh,
Why
right,
couldn't
he
they
can
just
do
use that
fucking
to-
warp gates.
Why didn't they just use that to get up to the top floor?
Shrug.
They.
Chapter end notes. Well, it's about time he got killed. Now we're gonna get ready for the final 3 chapters. Time to place your bets, every pony. Ladders.
I bet the good guys win.
Yeah.
I
So,
bet there's not another CBT death.
Ooh, I don't know if you can win
Risky.
that one. That's risky. That is actually risky. Is the
Who knew that
weirdest thing.
after all these years we finally reached death by CBT?
Yes.
And that's where the song ended for me.
Oh, well, those were the
that's
final
perfect.
lines of the song.
Yeah. That's
Well-
the final line of that song, yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, they're all on their way to the final battle. He keeps saying 3 chapters, but it's actually going to turn into 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
but still.
But, yeah. Next time will be the final battle. The final stream.
Oh,
For
shit.
Fate.
Shit. We're
Then,
almost free, guys. We're almost free. I can taste the freedom.
So, yeah, join us then. Thank you.